Right. Nick, Narul's gonna take me, okay? How do you spell his name? I want to see you spell this, just out of curiosity. It's not N.
Nerul? No,
Yeah,
there's an A in there. Neau. I don't fucking know.
Nerual.
Okay, yeah, I think you're all back. I think it should be good now.
Are we live?
You want to wait like 5 or 10 seconds for people to refresh, but yeah, it should be good.
Okay, muting.
Be gone.
Are we live?
I think. Steve, are we live? We're good. Hold on.
Sorry, I had my mic muted. Yeah, it's on, but people have to
Okay.
refresh, so it's gonna
Hello,
take
everybody.
until they refresh.
Welcome back to Tube's Scoria.
Good.
So what were we talking about?
I think the future paths Anton was going to take. So I'll just go through it in really quick brief. Either he's going to stick with his brothers and forsake Velthara. He's going to stick with Velthara for the sake of his brothers. He's going to join Atropos to get away from Velthara, or he's going to kill Atropos, maybe for Velthara, or at least bare minimum for vengeance for his brothers. I think those are one of the 4 paths. There is maybe a chance that he talks to Nerul, says like everything he's done has been for his family, has been for his home. He does feel somewhat sorry about killing his dad. Maybe that'll be like his big turning point, but he's not sure yet. He doesn't know about Atropos either, so that's not really it.
Now, Nerul is one of those gods that we haven't really talked about very much or really explored all that much. We know that their domain is family, home, hearth. Do you think that you might have done something to make Nerul not want you as one of their clerics?
Absolutely. Anton did kill his father. However, second chances are, something that the gods might reflect on, and maybe because he killed his father and he realized how important family actually is, and that could be his biggest regret in the future. Maybe that's why he could be a Nerul cleric. He's someone who has gone through it and has done everything for his family and is forsaking arguably one of the most powerful deities for his family. That's kind of where his thinking is right now. This does hinge on the fact that Velthara doesn't change his mind, doesn't reach out to him here, or doesn't change his mind back on there, but as he's floating through this abyss, this is where his thought is like going.
Right. Well, you don't ever get a sign from her. Ever. There's no sign. Do you have any other spells that you could cast, or that you would have interest in casting? You've eaten a bunch of short ribs, but you haven't gained any HP.
Interesting. Okay. Even with my Cloak of Plenty, giving me a full night's rest. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna cast Etherealness inside of this weird fucking plane, so that he's gonna stay away from that. He'll cast Prayer and pray to Velthara.
This gives you the benefit of a bless, I think, and some other things, or...
Yeah, some pluses, but I assume we're not needing that.
Yeah.
He'll cast Unfailing Endurance just to feel better.
Yeah? You start burning through those spells? You got that endurance?
And then I think at this point, he'll just stop casting spells and have even more contempt for Velthara.
At what point do you start looking at that
spear?
Well, let's talk about the spears. Because you've noticed, you eat your short ribs, you let go of the bones, and then you can't ever find the bones again. They're gone. So how possible is it for you to maintain a physical grip on your spear for 55 meals? 60 meals?
How possible is it for him to attain a grip?
Yeah, like when you fall asleep, wouldn't you at some point let go of the spear?
I would say that this spear is super important to him right now, and the one in his amulet as well. because these are going to be the tools that he uses to kill Scoria when his brothers come. So I think he like just holds it like this at times. It's a very important thing at this point. This is kind of a symbol of hope for him. My brothers are going to need me to use this spear to kill Scoria, so I have to keep it here.
Yeah. But it's a long time in this void. And when you sleep, it's hard to keep a grip on things. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. I want you to make me a die roll to see if during one of these times that where you're sleeping, it falls away from you. Unfortunately,
what would you like? Strength or dex?
I actually think willpower is the right roll, which is very sad because you have very high willpower and you can
23.
hold on to it. Yeah. You can maintain a grip on this spear through all this time.
He maintains a solid grip because this is the tool he's going to use to help for when his brothers, not Velthara, his brothers come.
You know,
he's given up hope on Velthara, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and if you're ever gonna have a chat with your brothers, isn't this the best place to do it? Velthara is sort of far away from you right now. If she can hear your thoughts, this is the furthest and most distant it'll ever be. Right?
Yeah, I want to do some die roll here because I think that he's thinking about like tossing the amulet at this point, but he's not like super sure. I don't know. I'll roll a D100, and if I get 15 or below, he'll toss it. And he keeps it for now.
That was a very casual 15% chance of throwing your amulet into the sea.
I think it's fair.
Well,
if time goes on further, he'll probably make another one. It just depends on how long he's here.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to judge these things. Yeah. Is there anything else that is worth noting that goes through Anton's mind out here?
Just the longer he spends, the more contempt and the more sure that he's going to turn away Velthara. So that is just kind of be going for what it is. And the more that he's sure that his family and his brothers are going to come, yeah, I think that's kind of what goes through it currently. He might even like pray to not Nerul, not for him to save him, but for him to guide his brothers on their journey to him. He'll toss one of those out. Yeah, he doesn't expect an answer back, but
no answers. And it's just you and your blank void for an endless sea of time through 80 meals of bones, short ribs.
Anton probably at this point sometime does have like a come to Jesus moment where his father like probably didn't deserve to die by his hand, and there could have been amends. He even remembers, I think, the time that his dad like told him like, "Good job for being dragon slayers. Like, I'm proud of you." So I think at this point
that
he's
was like right
having
before
those
you
moments.
killed him too, wasn't it?
Yeah. So he's feeling genuine regret, I would say, floating through this void.
Well, you are floating through this void until one day you're not. One day something bumps into you and you hear the voices of your brothers, who would please turn on their cameras now and join us in the game.
Wow, hello.
The two of you have finished your journey through the rift, reflecting on the past, estimating for the future, getting your jimmies a little riled. And you emerge on the other side in an empty nothingness, sort of tumbling head and over heels, bounding through nothing. I'm sure you speak up as you bump into something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think as soon as we get through the rift, I probably cast that spell. Like this should be the place. This should be where he is.
And that is
Anton
what you would
hears his
hear.
brother.
Mm-hmm.
Anton will probably just start like crying, like weeping or sobbing.
Till,
Is
I
that
hear
you?
that. That's him. Can we see him or not? I
It's-
think I just fumble
No,
around
it-
with my hands in the
Endless
direction
black void.
until I finally get a hand on him and embrace him.
After we come into this dimension, I'm sure I'd probably pull the imp out of the backpack, right?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
imprick.
Imp.
I see nothing. Anton will just like hug you and just be like a babbling mess, like just nonstop, like crying, and he might mutter something about Nerul, like guided you, like praise
I
him.
can't believe it. I can't believe it. The elves were right. You're still alive. This is a miracle.
How
Tyrell,
long
I
have I
didn't
been
think.
here, Emmerich?
Oh god, that's a whole other problem. I don't know. It's only
Where's
been a few
Tyrael?
weeks, I think. He's here. He's here somewhere.
I'm here. Hello.
place is
Anton.
strange.
Anton will feel around, just sobbing.
Imric, you notice you're no longer a Pegasus. You are just a human again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey.
Anton, you've got no idea. The places we've been, the things we've had to do to get here, and now that I hold you, I can tell it was all worth it. Come, you must be sick of this place. We can go home.
Did you kill Scoria?
Without you, of course not.
He,
Even if I'd have wanted to, I don't think we could have done it. We had no choice.
Anton will say, I knew you guys were gonna come. It was the only thing that kept me going. I have the spear. I'm ready for Scoria.
Yeah,
I'm ready
well,
to be of use, Tyrael. He says, crying.
Of course, you were useful. You landed the final blow on that dragon before you disappeared into this dimension. We could have never defeated Scoria without you.
I couldn't breathe, and I didn't have the water breathing spell. After that, I think Mummy cast it on me.
you made the right choice. You're alive still.
But I do feel 1 level stronger.
I do as well,
Build it.
actually.
Worry not, brothers. Worry
We all do.
not.
Maybe 2 levels stronger, actually.
I just need to go home and recollect about the things I've experienced, and I feel like I'll be able to grasp it.
Anton will say, wait, before we go, Emmerich, I do have something that I need to say.
Speak,
He'll
brother.
feel around for a bag of holding. Is there a bag of holding anywhere?
I've got a little pouch just above my crotch if you'd like to feel in that direction.
He thinks about putting the Velthara amulet in there. Has he ever done that before, Koibu?
Taking it off?
He's taken it off, absolutely. He took it off.
He
to
wouldn't
wear
put it in there,
the
though, because it
18.
has extra
That's
dimensional
what I was
space.
about to that's what I was about to ask, yeah.
Not again!
Yeah, no. Has he ever put it in a bag of holding? Has it been fine or no?
You've never put it in a bag of holding.
He's been in a bag of holding wearing it, though.
I have been in a bag of holding wearing it, so is it...
Let's just... Brother, before
That's
we do all
always
this,
good.
let's go home. And we'll figure this out once we get back.
Anton will say, no, this is the only way we can speak without her hearing. And he's going to go on to quickly explain pretty much what you've heard me babbling about, what he's gone through, what he feels like, what Velthara asked of him afterwards. Pretty much everything except the Atropos stuff, because he doesn't know about it. He's going to explain his feelings and ask, what do I do?
Anton, I think maybe you're too quick to dismiss how she's helped you. The path to this place led through one of Velthara's protoplanes. A rift opened up in the plane of air. I don't know the specifics, but perhaps she's the reason why you're not dead. She's the reason why we were able to find you. It could be.
That is interesting. I did pray to her many a time, but then I started praying to Nerul, and here you are. What she asked of me afterwards, I don't feel comfortable with. I don't know if I can. I don't want to abandon you.
Look, I think right now we should be more worried about what we're going to find when we go home. The elves spoke at length about the risks of coming here, of time dilation. We don't know what's going to be waiting for us when we get back. Let's go home, let's assess the situation, and we can talk honestly about it then. I'm just glad that you're alive, Anton. If that's all that matters right now.
I'm excited to go home and be with you guys. I don't know how my spellcasting ability is going to be affected, but we'll see.
Let's not waste another moment in this dimension, and let's leave as soon as possible. We don't know how time passes here. And it'd be better to speak...
Did you
What?
already take off the amulet? Or is it still on you?
It's still on him at this point.
Okay, I just had to know. Sorry, keep going, Steven.
Yeah, I think it's better to speak as men in the plane of men, on the ground of men, rather than floating through the abyss. Let's go home.
I agree. Let's go.
Please
Hold
take
hands.
me out of my grave, and I'll grab you. And we...
Activate the
Away.
planar manipulator.
We go. Our party will
Plus imprick.
rip themselves back through the voids, back through the different planes, all the way back to the prime material plane, all the way back to the island of Bravo,
Oh.
on that jungle land, so far away from home, but at least on the same plane of existence.
Are we in her cave or no?
No.
Okay.
You are... where are we on Bravo? Let's just roll a quick die here. You're in a random spot on Bravo. You are... Right, 1, 2, 3. You are here. Atop... Oops, I gotta bring you... Oh, you are here. Atop these mountains. I guess trapped in the clouds. On a tall peak. The wind's blowing over you and around you, sort of gray, swirling mists everywhere. The stone underneath your feet is foreign to you, Anton. You can see trees around you that you've never seen before. Somewhere out in the mist, you can hear some sort of monster growling. There's lightning in the distance that sort of illuminates things from time to time, and rolling thunder you can feel in your feet. The other players easily recognize the trees here as of Bravo. And know that you are still a little bit ways from home.
Imric will look out across the valley instinctively towards the southeast corner of the island as he messes with the rings on his finger and puts on the ring of spell storing. And I was already wearing it. I say, well, I don't know where we are, but I think this is still Bravo. Shall we return home?
What does the ring of spell storing do? Do you have a teleport on it?
Yes.
Where are you going to teleport?
Back to Wixron Marenta.
To your home? To your capital?
Well, or we could go
Glorious
to the
capital.
or we could go to the keep.
I wish to see Mother. It's been too long, Emmerich.
What day is it? I wonder. If I could rest, we could maybe do some. I'm worrying too much. It's probably
Let's
fine
just
right
go
through.
back. Let's go back to the capital. Yeah.
What is the chance of arriving in the right space?
Whatever the rings is, right?
Yeah.
But it's teleport, so it's going to be very high because it's somewhere that I always teleport to.
Excellent. So which place, sir? Are you going to Wicthron Orenta, or are you going to your castle?
I think we're going to the capital.
Are you going to do your divination spell to see if it's going to work, or are you just
I
going
don't
to
have
go?
it. I don't have it. Does Anton have a long beard? Does he feel aged or?
No.
Okay.
No.
We just teleport then, yeah?
Well, Nick, give me a D100.
Imric considers. Has there been enough time passed that the room may have moved around enough that we could be teleporting into certain death? I looked at how easy would it be to get down off this mountain and find a place to rest?
Well, you tell me. You're
Wait, hold on. Wait, why aren't we just
Mary.
teleporting right now?
Because let's say a year's passed and all the furniture in the room has moved around. We could be teleporting into a bed or into a. We could be.
The only way that
teleporting
our
to certain
teleport.
death.
No. The only way it would be fucked up is if our kingdom is destroyed. Why the fuck would people rearrange the
No one would
room?
move it. Yeah.
Yeah,
they
that
know
we
that.
literally have expressly set up for teleporting. That would be wild. I'll produce from my bag a potion of Claire. I have clairvoyance and clair audio. What was the other one called?
Claire audience. That's a good point.
Okay, if you want, you can drink one of these to check first to make sure nothing has changed.
Good idea, Tyrell. Yeah, hand me the potion.
Okay, I'll give him
Give me the clairvoyance.
one potion of clairvoyance. I have one left.
I will drink that and scry on our room, our teleport room.
Anton,
In
will-
your
yeah.
Wait,
In
didn't
our
you get
house.
another crystal ball?
Oh yeah, I do have another crystal ball. I guess I can use
Well.
that. I forgot about the crystal ball.
crystal
Either
ball.
way, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's somewhere in a pack. You gaze upon the room, your house, right? That warehouse that
The warehouse.
your mother bought that got rebuilt and has your soldiers in it and has your servants and your minions and your officers. And what room in that house is your teleport room? Tell me about it a little bit.
It's probably like there's like a top floor with 3 bedrooms and a teleport room. So it's like our
Converted
rooms and then a convert bedroom. But then like the floor below that and the floor above that will just be empty rooms as well.
Okay, so like an attic space where you've, told
Laid
people never
out.
to set anything. And,
Yeah.
Okay. So you look into this teleport room, and it is dusty and filled with cobwebs and some dead spiders hanging out in the corners. You get the look that like no one has been here in a long time.
Probably like 4 or 5 days, it sounds like.
I clear the crystal ball and scry on the keep.
I thought you were using the clairvoyance potion, but sure,
Well, he remembered he had his
whatever.
crystal
You can
ball.
pull out the.
Yeah, I
Sure,
used
sure.
the crystal ball.
Well, in that case, we need to actually make die rolls to see if you can find these places, because it is
That's
a
fine.
chance.
Sneeko,
right?
I don't read donos
Okay, well, if it
during
doesn't
D&D,
work, I'll
you
use the
fucking
patience to
loser.
scry on the
Okay?
room.
No, I
But-
think it works. 22 is a great chance. Where are you
Yeah.
scrying upon?
Just above the keep. I just want to see the keep. I see like the town square and
It fizzles and breaks the spell.
Oh,
The
well,
use
obviously,
skill.
Nick.
Why?
wait, what do you mean?
You did it above the keep, right?
Yeah.
Well, the keep has magic resist, I think, or like the stuff that you can't spy on it.
I guess so. I scry on like the market then in the town.
Your crystal ball has been, I guess you want to call it, repelled and is non-functional for a period of time.
Something's going on.
We need to be there quickly then, no?
I'll drink. Then I will drink that potion of clairvoyance. Fuck it. If I drink
go
it,
ahead.
what is it? How does
Well,
this work?
you
What?
you have the room that you need, right?
Stop! Wait,
Yeah.
no, hold on. Wait, I want to know what's going on. We do have the room that we need, but now we're trying to get a fix on things.
Yeah, let's take a look at the potion of clairvoyance.
Yeah, let's do it. As I swirl it
Wow,
around
wow,
and I
wow.
look before it and I recall what I was told about this potion after we acquired it.
I can explain it. I have the spell, I think.
Can you do sending and contact shine or anything?
I would need to sleep.
Okay.
But if we can get down off this mountain, then we've got options.
+1 Anton, -1 Sean. She's dead.
All right. It's exactly the same thing as the spell, except you can see it differs from the spell in that the unknown areas up to 30 yards distant can be seen, and its effects last for 10 minutes.
30 yards.
So 30 yards.
So it's useless in this scenario.
Wait, from where you are or from the area you're trying to clairvoyance on?
It kind of creates a sensor, and then you can see everything within 30 yards of that
Oh,
sensor.
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, so can I use this and then can I do multiple spots? It lasts for 10 minutes, right? Or is it just one spot?
I believe you pick one place, and you scry on that one place.
Okay, I probably want to do like the town square in Wickthrun Rarentha, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do that, and then look around for 30 yards in either direction.
Not feeling this music right now, guys.
Clairvoyance is a 3rd level spell.
Yes.
Locale must be known, familiar, or obvious. Yes. Light is a factor. The spell does not enable the use of infravision or magical enchantments. It's daylight out here. It's misty and it's sort of overcast, but it's still daylight, so you can see.
Cool. And then do I hear the rustle and bustle of a busy, healthy, vibrant town, or?
You do not hear, but you see a busy street. You see huddled masses of people by the hundreds crowded into a small tent city in the once thriving market square. You see, people shuffling by, carts going through the town, passing out food to the folks gathered here.
Oh, they're under siege.
Patrols of soldiers marching through along with the food and grain and bread, keeping the path clear, making sure that there's no thievery going on.
Drakissian?
Yes, Drakissian flags, Drakissian armor, Drakissian weapons and markings.
Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Teleport back home?
We go home, sneak into the keep, and work out what's happened, right?
Sneak into the keep. Wait, no, I meant go back to Wickrun Orentho. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying we go back, then without other people seeing us, we get to the Queen and we need to find out what's happened.
Correct.
We don't want to be seen.
We don't want Scoria to know we're here.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
If we can.
That's fair.
Okay, get ready.
Roll us a D100. Don't fuck it up.
Nick, for once in your life,
I'm
this
not
seriously,
fucking up
please.
before. Okay, I'm focusing.
I feel like you're gonna get it. Nick.
Wait, I think that might be good. You don't want high, right?
You don't want high or low.
Nick,
You know what I
come
don't.
on, Nick. Are you serious? And then we die, and that's the end. After all of this.
It's fine.
We get walked to a random plane because we teleport into a table.
You appear 10 feet above your target zone. You appear in your
On the roof.
dusty attic.
Okay.
Yeah, we're okay.
That's actually
There is
exactly what we
a-
wanted to be.
Yeah.
A marking on the ground, a line that you traced here long ago and told all the servants never, ever, under any circumstances, put anything within this box I've drawn on the ground. And true to their word, they've never put anything here. But there is cargo, and there is storage, and there are crates that are piled up all around this box in the attic, leaving you sort of encased by stuff, but here, alive, intact, home.
What is this imp with you, Imric?
Hello! I
Uh,
think this
yeah.
is the perfect time to end our session for the next 3 weeks.
Damn, 3 weeks.
All right.
An hour early?
3 weeks,
Yeah.
Koibu.
We can't even
Yeah.
talk to the queen?
Where the fuck are you going?
I'm going camping with some friends.
For 3 weeks. Oh, you go to Banning
Well, it's gonna take a while. You know, we got to pack. It's a long drive.
Oh my
couple
God.
week and a half there. Long drive back. A little bit of time to decompress and sort out my life.
All right, well, we'll be back in mid-September.
I think September 15th is probably our day.
September 15th, indeed, is what I'm looking at.
I don't know, guys. I think I'm on holiday September 15th.
Shut up.
No, I think
You might be serious.
that's the day I go away.
No, it's
A week.
not. You can.
We'll be back the 14th then.
We'll be back on the
The 14th I can do.
22nd.
The 14th I can do.
We'll figure it out.
I don't know if
we
I
got
can
3
do
weeks
it,
to figure
but
it out.
We'll
we'll
figure it
see.
out. We
Yeah,
got time.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Okay, well, hey, listen, it's been fun. We got Anton back. We lost everything else, but, it's all about family in the end.
For the
okay?
family, baby.
Yeah. All right.
All
We
right,
will see you guys
cool.
later, and then I'll be back streaming after this.
I have
What?
one quick question, Koibu.
What?
Nope is the answer. I can't tell you. You'll have to wait.
What?
Thank you.
No, what? What was the question?
Well, I was going to ask him, I have the amulet on. Where's Scoria?
It'll all have to
Oh, shit. Well, we should at least get
Oh.
that. Just one.
Come
It'll
on.
all
Just a taste.
Wait.
He doesn't know where she is.
Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't
doesn't
know.
know. He
He
doesn't know.
Omega Lol doesn't know.
He's not sure.
He hasn't written that far ahead yet. Okay.
We'll see you guys in a month.
All right. We'll see you guys
See you
later.
later.
Have fun. Oh, no, I'll be back after this, guys. Rip on. Oh! 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 Hello? Why? Okay.
Воу! Чем так пахнет? Так, я, кажется, знаю, чем пахнет. Пахнет третьей женой. Серьезно, за что вы говорите? Конечно, я...
CW police shooting. After putting his hands up, giving himself up, and disarming himself, 3 Denver police officers shoot man and 6 bystanders. TBD has said they felt their actions were justified. Hold on. Oh, cool, nice. Muted until... Okay, so he... Ooh! I can't tell with no volume. I don't know why the fucking volume's been cut from the video. If you have a real video, link me, but... I don't know why they... I don't know if that's right. I don't know why they have half the fucking video volume muted. So don't ever... Who linked this? Biscuit Ready, you're lucky you're tier 4. I would have banned you for this dog shit fucking video. JDN confronts H. Why is this his thing? Okay. H3H on his podcast. Okay, hold on. We have... Don't link me. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. Sorry. Mute links off. Stop. No, wait. Mute links on. I already have like 20 things to look at. August misspelled Gideon's name? Nice. Good. Good job, August. Gotta keep him in check. Don't let these guys get big heads. Gideon. Oh no. He really did. He really do him dirty. Ooh, good. Young Don and I'm Dante debate abortion.
With the procedure, and which a procedure you would do with an abortion.
Why would I ever want to watch this? No. Seriously, the slow-mo in the replies is wild. Okay, Biscuit, link that. Why not link the slow-mo in the replies instead of the original dog shit tweet where half the audio is cut? Link it and I'll unban you. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2. And it's still muted. Okay, let me see if I can make out anything from this video. Hold on. Okay. Ooh, that looks like a gun. Okay, so... Damn, takes a gun out of his pocket. Tosses the gun. I don't know why anybody would ever do that. He keeps his hands up despite being shot. No, he doesn't. He puts his hands down right after he gets shot. Officer fires a second time. I don't know. I think they... Okay, this is a big problem. The biggest problem is the... Okay, hold on. So the first cop doesn't seem to be doing anything too wrong. This guy here. This, though, okay? 4 cardinal rules of gun ownership. Always be aware of what's beyond your target. This officer should not have his gun pulled here at all. There's almost no circumstance that would justify this. That's insane. He's like sweeping the whole crowd. Can't close Vim body cam footage. Okay, hold on. You're both about to get a huge fucking ban. If this is more muted body cam footage, that's the same thing. Okay, these two people are about to get big bans. Let's check.
So we have the girls on the other side of the alley who shot in the back.
I see.
Running a business comes with pressure. Remote workforces, HR compliance, retaining top talent. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30 plus years of HR experience to work. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible.
It's literally the exact same footage. Does this work? Can I use like... Oh, sick. Okay. You're both on a 1-day timeout.
So this ambulance is going to take the girl with the...
Jesus. Okay. Body cams record only video before they activate it. They record both audio. Why? That's so stupid. But I don't care. Why would you link me the same video and then ape hands it to make me waste my time clicking the video when it's the exact same video that I just fucking clicked on? Okay, you're repeating the same joke from yesterday, okay? Take a break. Okay, let's do this guy first. But go off, sis. That was so dramatic. My God. Oh.
What do you see as the future of the sexual marketplace and intersexual dynamics between men and women and the RP in the future? We're going to shut up and let you go. Please take it away.
All right. For women, I see a lot of loneliness on the horizon. And I don't say that to be like an asshole. I say that as sort of a warning. I think a lot, like whenever a guy says, oh, you're going to be lonely and cat lady and you're going to have box wine and whatever, like, and you're going to be a spinster is basically what they're saying. And it sounds like revenge. It sounds like guys are either too happy or they're too pissed off or too sad about like the state of women. I just go down to nuts and bolts. And I outline this actually in book 4 as well. There is a study by Morgan Stanley Financial. They did you can go find it too. It's online. It's called The Rise of the She Economy. And in that sort of research, they postulate that by 2030, women between the ages of 25 and 44, something like 52%. I hope I'm getting my numbers right. Something like 45 to 52%.
It's over half.
Yeah, over
it is
half
going to be over half
of women of marriageable age will be single for the rest of their lives. They will not reproduce unless they get unless they get artificial insemination, but they will be unmarried and childless during those ages by 2030, which is like a very, very steep incline. In fact, they are so certain of this that they did this research on Morgan Stanley so their investors would know what to invest in the coming decade.
Wow.
So they're invest in box wine, right? And invest in cat toys, invest in
it's not a joke, guys, when we say this.
In ovum freezing, in reproductive technology,
and pet dogs.
Cats, dogs, whatever. What is going to be hot in the future, and this is what you can expect, and so this is what you should put your money into. So if we're already making predictions of where we should put our money, I think we need to look at why this is the way it is. Now, if you go and you follow the logic of Bloomberg or Morgan Stanley, Forbes, whatever, they will say this is a great success. This is a glowing, great progress of humanity. Well, finally, women are independent. You hear women say, like we heard last night from the 20-year-old girl, I want to give up my independence, right? Okay, I wanted to say this, but I didn't. Independent of what? Like if you're independent of something, what were you dependent on that you're now independent of?
Right.
And whenever we hear this, remember I was telling you about how we've been hearing the same jingo, the same lingo from feminists for a long time. That's one of them. I want to be a strong, independent woman. Okay, independent of what? Independent of men. That's what it is. They've already achieved that. There's more women in college right now. They're making more money now. Women control way more money than men do.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about like the bullshit of the gender pay wage gap, whatever it is, it's not endemic sexism. If there's any gap, there's a gap in spending. There's a gap in control and authority over that spending. Women are the number one consumers in Western societies as it is. But they also control, and again, another stat in the book is over the course of a family's history, women will control 90% of that family's wealth. Yep. That's car expenditures, that's college, that's we're going to go on vacation, we're going to buy this TV set.
Okay, sure, maybe, but all of this is like presented in like kind of a weird way. Like if the woman is the one that, and I think this is generally true, women are generally the ones that do the shopping. So I mean, like in a way, they kind of quote unquote control the wealth, but it's a little bit misleading. They're not the ones earning the money, and they're shopping to like pay for the family, right? It's not like women are getting all the like 80-90% of the wealth and then buying like Gucci bags. I mean, I guess maybe some are, but
this kind of stuff, women, if they're not making the money, they're directing the flow of where that currency is going to. So don't give me this bullshit about, well, we need to make as much money as a man, and it's because of this endemic sexism and the patriarchy. Fuck you, because you're the one spending the money, and I got the stats to show you.
But I feel like after talking to Myron, I feel like talking to somebody like this would be way less interesting. It's just kind of silly, but whatever.
That right now.
Bam.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And I'll say this real quick, Rolo. Women spend so much money that a male company like Gillette will risk losing business,
financial ruin,
to crap on men so that they can appease to women, because they understand even with male razors, women are the predominant consumers. So that goes to show you guys how strong women, like how strong the women are the consumer base in the West, man. Even male companies are ostracizing their own target audience to sell to women.
Also,
Sorry, Rolo,
I'll add to that as well. So a lot of people don't know this, right? But behind a lot of tech companies,
I think they're talking about that, like the anti-rape commercial they made. Maybe they're really mad about that commercial. It might have probably triggered somebody, I guess. I don't know.
Are female employees.
Yep.
And they control the flow.
And Fresh used to work for a tech company, guys. This comes from experience.
They control the flow of how things are put out. Now, like you guys said, women control the customer base for most things. So get this, right? A lot of our content is not geared towards women. So what does it do? Suppress it and oftentimes delete it because it's not going to be suitable for their consumers, which is women.
Yep.
So yeah, that's very true.
Big facts. Sorry,
So
Rolo, go ahead.
Here's another
Prediction?
prognostication for the future. We live in the most emotionalized
my
society
God.
the world has ever known right now.
Facts.
Everything is feels before reals. We say this all the time in the Manosphere, and we joke about it, but it's really true. We live in an age, and I make the case for it in book 4. Our religion is emotionalism right now. It's how did it make you feel?
Like, as opposed to what? When the rationality of man ruled, every man is like a perfectly rational being, or like men allowed like fact and logic to dictate. Like, come on, dude. Do people really think we're that different? Like, is this true?
Feel.
Yep.
What
Our
are you-
TikTok
what are
getting
you-
banned is an
what
example
are
of that.
you Feeling. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know,
Because
punish
you made-
women for bad behavior.
So-
feelings.
So when I get criticized by women, it's usually for my tone.
Yeah.
Right. Well, if you would just say it with sweet little sappy sugarcoat what you're saying, then women will respond to it. No, it's not how I'm saying something. It's the data that I'm imparting to you that is offending you because it goes against the what is, you know, an ego invested belief for that woman. It feels bad, and I get it. It's supposed to feel bad because if it's not feeling bad, then it's not gonna motivate you to change.
Yes.
So in the future, and I don't know when we're going to reach critical mass, but right now
Even that doesn't make sense. There's no self-help or self-improvement course that's taken seriously that like produces results for people that works, that starts with making you feel bad. That's like, and you'd think there'd be like a lot of crossover between like red pill and self-help, but I don't know if there is, because it's not real self-help. It's usually bullshit self-help, because most of those communities aren't like people that are massively improving their lives, because generally the things they're told is to like fucking sell crypto and get shredded.
we're in the age of emotionalism. We're in the age of ego and the age of emotionalism. And so we base our policies, whether it's political, whether it's economic, whatever it is, based on our emotional response to things. We have at least the last 3 generations of men who have been conditioned, and you want blue pill conditioning, have been trained to emote like women, to see emotional, like they've been trained and taught that women, the way that women process emotion is the correct way to process emotion.
Facts.
So when we say, oh, that man he's toxically masculine, he's not in touch with his feelings, right? He needs to express himself emotionally. He needs to get in touch with his feminine side. All that stuff we've been talking about since the 70s. The reason why that's still a thing right now is because it's a great means of control over those guys, so that they will identify and align with the feminine, which is all based on emotion. So when we talk about like the emotional children that are out rioting in the streets right now, and they're tearing down statues, and don't they know that statue is this? They're not thinking rationally. They're not thinking with reason. They're thinking emotionally, because those last 3-4 generations have been taught to emote like women, to be like woman. Woman is correct. Transgenderism, right? Why is it that more boys want to be girls than girls want to be boys? Because it's more advantageous socially to be a girl in a gynocentric social order than it is to be a man, because nobody wants to be a dad. Dads are assholes. Boys are toxically masculine. We got to give him Ritalin. We got to give him Adderall. We got to give him, sedate that boy with drugs, with opiates, with alcohol, with pornography. Sedate him. Don't let him do anything, because if you let him do anything, he might turn toxic. He might turn violent. And it's all because we want to put men into, we want to force fit them into this emotional correctism. Whatever is female is correct.
Yep.
And so if you are brought up that way, you're going to vote that way. You're going to look for jobs that way. You're going to relate with people that way. Guys, the number one thing, guys, and I'm sure you've already got this. Guys will come to me for counseling or coaching or whatever the hell it is, right? And they'll say, Rolo, I don't know how to interrelate with guys. I don't know how to talk to guys. There's guys I want to hang out. I always talk about tribalism, or I talk about
it's very important for men.
We have our little tribe. This is a tribe, right?
Right here. Yep.
Okay. Do you have tribes? And they don't. And the reason they don't is because they've been taught to emote and to relate to men as if they are women.
Yeah.
And that's what's valuable, and that's what makes them valuable, and that's how they get their self-worth. So it's no shock to me when guys in the black pill community or blue pill or purple pill or whatever it is, they don't want to make women the measurement of their lives, but they still emote and they still relate with people as if they have a feminine sort of training. So when we look at things like communitarianism, we look at socialism, we look at like why are we even talking about socialism in the United States right now? It's because we put so many women into positions of power that seems like a good idea. Yeah. It makes me feel good. Hey, you get one and you get one and you get one and you get one and so meritocracy.
It's got to be like it's so attractive, and I understand. Like I get the draw of it. Like it's super nice if like my one pet issue just happens to be the thing that can describe all the ills of humanity. But I mean, like at some point, do you not feel like a little bit like, maybe I'm trying really hard to shoehorn in an explanation for every single social ill with like my particular pet project, like my particular thing that I care about? Doesn't it feel like at some point, like, okay, maybe I'm stretching a little bit? Why have video games gotten so much worse? Well, mechanics of the QuickTime events have gotten more popular because women have less reaction time, and so QTEs are it just feels like, whatever.
Regardless of how poorly you are working.
Dominance hierarchies, competence hierarchies, meritocracy, all of that stuff flies out the window because we don't see the value in it. Because
bring him on. Hey, if this guy ever wanted to come on a chat, I would. Sure, but
whenever women come into political power, whenever you get an AOC, whenever you get a woman who gets into Congress or the Senate, the first thing they do, their first priority, their number one priority, is not to their constituency. It is to the female purpose. It is to the sisterhood uber alles.
Kamala Harris.
So you got. I was going to say. You get women who go in there and the first thing they talk about is we need to legalize abortion. We need to change up divorce laws. We need to change these things. We need all of these things that we think are so horribly unfair. And it all becomes about women's issues and not all of our issues. Like how are we going to govern? It doesn't matter as long as women get theirs, as long as the sisterhood is served. I can go on forever. I don't want to go on forever about that, but I talk in a great extent about the sisterhood uber alles in this book. That's where I see us going.
That's where you see us going?
We're going to be, our politics are emotionalized. Our media, our entertainment is all emotionalized.
Yes, Terminator with a female actress. James Bond.
Everything is feminized and everything is emotionalized primarily right now. And we think that that's going to sell more movies and more. It's
backfiring.
I'll leave you with this.
What's backfiring?
When, the Star Wars movies. I know John's a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And the last 3 Star Wars movies were.
I think he's working backwards from his conclusions.
And the reason for that
women.
is because they don't know how to write the hero's journey. It's a male specific thing, right?
Yeah.
Men must become.
Yes.
We have a burden.
No, hold on. That is so wrong. The hero's journey doesn't have anything intrinsically to do with a man. You can write that story for a woman. That is absolutely not correct. Number one. Number two, love him or hate him. Okay, I'm going to run the risk at looking like a loser here. Okay. My guess is that all 3 of those Star Wars sequels probably grossed over $1 billion each. That's my guess. Maybe they didn't. We've got 1.33 billion here. 1.074 billion here. What was the name of the final movie? I don't even remember the name of. Well, fuck. Is this The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker? What was the other one called? The Force Awakens. Grossed $2 billion. So, I mean, it's obviously not failing. You can criticize it for whatever you want, but people are watching it. How can you say that the hero's journey is male exclusive? God, the worst thing that people do is when they make their media takes, they try to shoehorn that into their political ideology. Oh yeah, did you know that you can't have a true hero's journey with a female protect? Yeah, you can. What are you talking about, bro? How many Disney movies? Fuck, have you seen Mulan? What the fuck? Sorry. Okay.
Performance, and we go through these trials and tribulations to become something, right? Yep. Whereas when you get Rey, she already is. She's a Mary Sue, right? She's already, I know how to use a lightsaber just magically, right? Didn't have to do that. Well, the reason why we think that that's a good idea is because the writers who put that together are from that generation of emotionalism. And so we have a Mary Sue written as if it's that this is a male character. We're just going to give her tits and a vagina, and then give her
the power from the beginning.
Yep. And so, because this emotional society thinks that that's what.
Wait, because it's a male character. you shouldn't have Mary Sue's, whether they're male or female. That's just bad writing. Now, they might have been inspired to make her a Mary Sue because she's a female character. That's possible. I think I've given that criticism before. But, like, they weren't making her a male character. They were just making it a shit character. Like, even male characters shouldn't start off like that.
The fan base wants to see. They want to see this powerful. We need more powerful women and strong women and independent women leads in our movies. And you know what's kicking their ass? Mandalorian with a little baby. That's what women want.
Bam.
Is baby Yoda. They want Grogu.
God, it makes my asshole clench.
They want baby Yoda. They don't want ass-kicking Mama Ray. They want baby Yoda is what they want. Maternity. Because that's an innate drive in women. An innate drive in women is not, oh, I'm going to learn a lightsaber and learn how to kick ass and take names. That's a man's job.
Yep.
And on our root lizard brain, on our pineal gland brain, we understand that. We recognize that. That's part of the machine.
Truth bomb time right now. Anyone that was alive in the 90s, famous movie that came out from Disney, Mulan. Okay? In the movie, what happens?
Man.
A woman must become, right? She learns in the beginning, she didn't know how to fight. She gets her ass kicked. She can't, like, hop the things, whatever, shoot the bow and arrows. But what do they do? The song, be a man, you must be, you know what I'm saying? You must become in the song, right? And then she learns the skills.
Oh my God! It's part of the theme. It's ironic. That's the joke. The whole point of the song and everything is that, like, you're a woman, be a man. It's a joke because she's not actually a man. It's part of the theme of the movie is her wrestling with the fact that she is like a woman but is still trying to accomplish things that a man does. It wasn't actually literally telling her to be a man. No. Oh God.
She learns how to fight. She does this all with a masculine frame of reference. That movie did excellent. Why? Because she had to become. Even a woman had to adhere to masculine traits to be able to get the entertainment value. The hero's journey. No one cares. It's a masculine story every single time, even if you put a woman in the lead. And Mulan is an excellent example of that. When did that movie come out? In the fucking 90s. That would never come nowadays, right? Because a woman having to become what? Ugh. And now here's the thing. Hollywood is paying the consequence for being woke. You want to be woke? You're going to go broke. Because at the end of the day, people know deep down that women just are and men must become. And even if you put a woman into a male role, if you want to get the views and you want to get the entertainment, she still has to become.
I don't know, man.
How much responsibility do you feel that you have, particularly guys the alt-right, who, as you say, some of them have enjoyed your work? And so
Oh God, is this the one
of you guys. I'm not with
where she asks what female authors? Oh no.
Who is your favorite author?
Dostoevsky.
Who's your favorite female author?
Like, you're a professor. Come on. You haven't read a single book by a woman. Anne Rice, pull out some fiction at least. There's got to be something. You got to have something, bro. It's just one. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember. I would say something, but I don't remember. Does Mulan use like the things that she learned, like dancing or being a woman or whatever the fuck, to beat the big bad dude in the end? I don't remember if that happened or not. It's been a long time since I watched this movie. Oh, she might have used the fan for the sword, maybe? Oh, true, she does. As well as infiltrating as women. Oh yeah, because she goes with the other 3 guys. Don't they all dress up as women as well? Are you actually bad faith, or did you forget you pulled that video on stream before the people told you it was edited and the pause wasn't that long? The pause was long and awkward. I remember watching it initially, but that might have been edited to be a little bit longer. It's funny that you just instantly accused me of being bad faith, though, instead of just linking the original video. But there you go. Have a perma ban. See you later, buddy. You can find me the cut in the original interview if you want. Go for it. But otherwise, keep your stomach empty so you got a lot of room for Daddy Peterson's loads, because you seem pretty hungry for him, my dude. In the snow fight, she learns to use the mortar in the Be a Man song and uses it to slay the enemy general. Okay. This is a long one. This is a long one. 30. Oh, easy one.
Administration. I'm going to
I woke up and I'm broke.
all laws.
I guess it can happen to anyone.
Nice.
That feels.
What's up, Sneeko?
Concerning the protection of classified information. No one will be above the law.
Okay, now we know the crimes that the DOJ thinks former President Trump committed. When the FBI served a search warrant on Donald Trump's Florida club, the reaction was shock and outrage. What records could Trump have that would justify a raid on the ex-president's home? Well, now we know that reports indicate that the FBI was sent to retrieve documents in part related to nuclear weapons. And although we don't know what was in the dozens of boxes removed from Mar-a-Lago, we do know that Jay Bratt was present for the search. Bratt is the FBI's chief of counterintelligence and export control. That probably means that yes, Trump had information related to nuclear weapons or national defense. This is a really big deal because presidents do not have the right to classify or declassify records relating to nuclear information. We'll get into that in a second.
I didn't know that.
And now we have the benefit of the actual warrant that was served on Trump's estate. So in this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the crimes that former President Trump may have violated by taking a U-Haul full of documents to his basement in Palm Beach. But here's what we know so far. On Friday morning, Trump sent messages by Truth Social insisting that the, quote, nuclear weapons issue is a hoax. He also suggested that Barack Hussein Obama had lots of nuclear information that he had used for his library.
That's what word on the street
is. He also
is.
accused the FBI of planting information, and almost at the same time, he claimed that he had a standing order to declassify all information taken out of the White House, which seems to run contrary to his allegation that the FBI planted the information that he seemingly declassified. It has been alleged that Mar-a-Lago does have security cameras, so there is a possibility that the search might have been recorded. Now, meanwhile, Eric Trump did what Trumps do best. He asked people to donate money if they're mad. And now, after a week of speculation, we have the actual search warrant that was served, which is fairly unusual because these things tend to stay sealed. So why was it the case that the court unsealed it? Well, according to the New York Times, the government first tried to convince Trump to simply return the records at issue. When he did not comply, the government served Trump with a subpoena to return the boxes. Trump apparently only partially responded to the subpoena, so the DOJ decided to get a search warrant to get the rest of the records. The Washington Post has reported that the FBI sought, among other items, classified documents related to nuclear weapons. Attorney General Merrick Garland held a press conference on Thursday where he confirmed 3 things. First, that he approved the warrant in accordance with the memo on political targets. For more information about that memo, which originated with Trump's Attorney General Bill Barr, check out my other video on the Trump search warrant. Now, second, the DOJ filed a motion with the district court to unseal the warrant application and the warrant itself. That made the 2 documents public, although it did not unseal the probable cause affidavit that gave rise to the warrant itself.
Probable cause one probably won't be too
the
interesting,
search warrant
I would imagine,
and the return were left with Trump's lawyers in accordance with the federal rules of civil procedure. So now we can examine the unsealed warrant itself. According to the search warrant, the property to be seized included, quote, all physical documents and records constituting evidence, contraband, fruits of crime, or other items illegally possessed in violation of 18 U.S.C. sections 793, 2071, or 1519. So this means that Trump is being investigated under the following statutes.
Sorry for tangent. When do you cover Sam Harris trigonometry interview?
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We'll see.
USC 2071, which prohibits the concealment, removal, or mutilation of information. 18 USC 793, which prohibits gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information. And 18 USC 1519, which outlaws the destruction, alteration, or falsification of records in federal investigations. Trump's lawyers have argued that Trump had a right to declassify all of these records and that he did so before he left office. However, none of the three statutes require that the information be classified in order for it to be a crime, and we'll talk about that wrinkle in a second. Trump's lawyer, Christina Bobb, signed the receipt listing the property that was removed from Mar-a-Lago. The FBI took about 20 boxes of records, photographs, binders, and handwritten notes. The list starts with clemency records related to Roger Stone
Stephen.
and, quote, Info Ray, the president of France.
You do not stop
They removed
covering this
11
fake
sets of
news
classified
immediately. I
documents.
will leak
Some
every
of these
secret.
were marked top secret and were only allowed to be stored in special government facilities. It also says agents collected 4 sets of top secret documents, 3 sets of secret documents, and 3 sets of confidential documents, allowing the FBI to win their game of federal gin rummy. Now, the list of documents includes records marked various classified TSSCI documents, and this abbreviation refers to top secret and sensitive compartmented information. Now, sensitive compartmented information is information about certain intelligence sources and methods, and can include information pertaining to sensitive collection systems, analytical processing,
Destiny,
and
STLY,
targeting, or
MY Roman 6 viewers.
Good one.
things that are derived from it. Now, a person can only have access to SCI if they have a top secret security clearance and if they have a need to know designation. Although the president has access to SCI, that doesn't necessarily mean he has the authority to remove SCI documents and store them in his house after he's no longer president. And since the boxes of records recovered from Mar-a-Lago do seem to relate to national defense, I turned to one of the preeminent national security lawyers in the country, and coincidentally the lawyer who is currently litigating my federal cases regarding John Bolton's memoir and the Inspector General misconduct in the last administration, Kel McClanahan. So Kel, what could it mean if Trump has or withheld national security information?
Well, once national security information is involved, that's a completely different ballgame. And it doesn't even have to be classified information. The Espionage Act, which I'm sure most of your viewers are familiar with,
Oh, yeah, of course.
doesn't
We know all
require
about that.
something to be classified before it heavily penalizes people who take it, who hide it, who destroy it, who keep it in their basement. It just requires that something be called national defense information, which is helpfully defined as information related to the national defense. That extraordinarily broad definition allows people to be prosecuted under the Espionage Act for taking information that is not classified as long as it has something to do with the national defense. And when you have classified information, well, that triggers a different law called 18 U.S.C. 1924, which used to be a misdemeanor that people pled down to for mishandling classified information. But President Trump himself signed a law in 2018 that made it a felony. So that
Wow, 5 gifted
all
subs
they
on
have
YouTube chat.
proved
Thanks, buddy.
is that there was classified information, he did not store it properly, therefore he's guilty. It's as close to a strict liability crime as you generally get in the intelligence community.
And so, Kel, there are also reports that the documents could relate to nuclear weapons. If that's true, how does that change things?
Well, the involvement of nuclear weapons information throws a whole new variable into the mix. You see, what we think of as classified information is actually a creation of an executive order. That is, the control of the classification is the exclusive domain of the president and the executive branch. The president can classify, the president can declassify. However, nuclear weapons information is one of the few types of information that's controlled by statute, in this case the Atomic Energy Act. And the statute says that this information cannot be released or disseminated without going through a certain set of steps. And that is not within the exclusive control of the president. Therefore, even if Trump had said that he declassified this information before he took it home with him, that wouldn't be enough. He would have declassified it for the purposes of the executive order, but he would still be bound by the Atomic Energy Act, which carries its own criminal penalties.
Thanks a lot, Kel. Kel runs the National Security Counselor and does great work, including legal attempts to recover the Secret Service and DHS leadership text messages that were illegally deleted last year that you've no doubt read about in the news. And a tax-deductible donation to the NSC would go a long way since they're handling many cases, including my own pro bono. So there's a link to that down.
What is his case relating to?
So that's the information and documents that are at issue in this investigation. But let's look at the actual crimes that are being investigated. The first is 18 U.S.C. 1519, the destruction, alteration, or falsification of records in federal investigations. It states, quote, whoever knowingly alters, destroys, mutilates, conceals, covers up, falsifies, or makes a false entry in any record, document, or tangible object with the intent to impede, obstruct, or influence the investigation or proper administration of any matter within the jurisdiction of any department or agency of the United States shall be fined under this title, imprisoned not more than 20 years, or both. So in other words, to convict a defendant of obstruction under section 1519, the government has to prove each of the following elements. First, that the defendant knowingly altered, destroyed, concealed, or falsified a record, document, or tangible object. And second, the defendant acted with the intent to impede, obstruct, or influence an actual or contemplated investigation of a matter within the jurisdiction of an agency of the United States. Now, the government doesn't have to prove the defendant's sole or even primary intention was to obstruct justice, as long as the government proves beyond a reasonable doubt that one of the defendant's intentions was to obstruct justice. But that takes us to 8 U.S.C. 2071, which prohibits the willful concealment, destruction, or removal of federal documents. To establish a violation of this provision, the government must prove, one, an individual concealed, removed, or destroyed a record, or attempted to do so, or took and carried away a record with the intent to do so. The record was filed or deposited in a public office of the United States, and the individual acted willfully and unlawfully. Now, note that this is a specific intent crime that requires a person to have had an intention to destroy or remove the records in violation of these laws. And is often the case with these specific intent crimes, Trump might be able to argue that he didn't know he wasn't allowed to remove the documents or destroy them, although there's certainly evidence that he was repeatedly told he was violating the law with the way that he handled records. The Washington Post reported that two of Trump's former chiefs of staff, Reince Priebus and John Kelly, and former White House counsel Don McGahn, warned him about the Presidential Records Act. When it comes to a potential violation of 18 U.S.C. 2071, there is an additional wrinkle because that section ostensibly prohibits someone from running from office. Now, I take a deep dive into that language, the case law, and the potential repercussions for former President Trump in a video that's exclusive to Nebula that I'll talk about in a little while. But that takes us to 18 U.S.C. 793, which concerns the gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information. Section 793 is known as the Espionage Act, which covers the unlawful retention of defense-related information, which could harm the United States or an ally. Now, the Espionage Act is a bit of a misnomer. It's not really, or most of it is not about espionage. It's really about state secrets. Now, Section 793D makes it a crime for anyone, quote, lawfully having possession of, access to, control over, or being entrusted with any of a range of tangible items or information relating to the national defense, which information the possessor has reason to believe could be used to the injury of the United States or to the advantage of any foreign nation, willfully communicates, delivers, transmits, or causes or attempts the same to any person not entitled to receive it, or willfully retains the same and fails to deliver it on demand to the officer or employee of the United States entitled to receive it. In other words, it's a crime to leak national security information. Section 793F makes it a crime for government officials who have lawful possession of such materials to remove them or disclose them to third parties who are unauthorized to receive them. To be guilty of this offense, the person has to have disclosed the information due to their own gross negligence or because of their failure to report the information lost or stolen. But the Espionage Act is not limited to just those people who wrongfully disclose national defense information. Section 793E also says it applies to anyone who knowingly disseminates, distributes, or even retains national defense information without immediately returning the material to the government officer authorized to possess it. In other words, the text of the act draws no distinction between the leaker, the recipient of the link, or the 100th person to redistribute, retransmit, or even retain the national defense information that, by that point, is already in the public domain. So basically, the entire staff of Mar-a-Lago should probably lawyer up at this point. And if the person who is charged under the act knows or has reason to believe that the information in their possession relates to the national defense and could be used to injure the United States or benefit a foreign power, that person is violating the act's plain language regardless of their specific intent. So that means that almost anyone in the chain could be prosecuted under this section. The leaker, who in this case would be the ex-president, his son, son-in-law, a journalist, or even one of Trump's lawyers. Now, there is one crime that isn't mentioned in the search warrant, and that is a violation of the Presidential Records Act. And there's a very good reason for why the PRA is not mentioned in the search warrant.
Why
So
is
let's
that?
talk about a president and former president's responsibility under the PRA. Section 2203 of the Act gives the president the responsibility of identifying, preserving records during the administration and requires the president to take all such steps as may be necessary to preserve presidential records. However, a president may also destroy records that the president decides, quote, no longer have administrative, historical, informational, or evidentiary value.
Wow.
Before destroying records, the president must ask the archivist for their opinion. Although the archivist can give an opinion, the person can't stop the president from making their own call. And if the archivist does not sign off on the president's determination, congressional subcommittees are notified, but it's unclear what Congress can actually do during such a dispute. The statute is murky and vague, which brings up the most important point about the PRA. It lacks a real enforcement mechanism. Although a president is not supposed to rip up records, shred them, or flush them down the toilet, the PRA is at most a statement of best practices like an honor system. This was illustrated early in Trump's tenure when Crew challenged Trump's record-keeping practices by suing him under the PRA. Crew alleged that Trump deleted tweets in violation of the PRA, and that the White House use of encrypted and auto-deleting messages hindered the ability of federal agencies to perform their duties. The lawsuit sought a court order compelling the president to stop auto-deleting messages and preserve them under the PRA, but the DC Circuit dismissed Crew's lawsuit, interpreting the president's record-keeping duties narrowly. The court held that mandamus relief was only available under extraordinary circumstances, and that a president's record-keeping duties under the PRA are too discretionary to be enforced by court order. Although courts can review the classification of existing records, a court can't stop the president from acting. In other words, the court held it could not tell the president to create and preserve particular records. However, courts have been willing to enforce some modest limits on what White House officials can do with records that have already been created. Crew successfully sued Dick Cheney for failure to classify some documents as presidential records. A district court also invalidated an agreement between President H.W. Bush and the National Archives that would have conferred complete control of presidential records on the president after he left office. Although citizens don't have a right to enforce the PRA, the Department of Justice arguably does have a mandate to enforce the PRA in some circumstances. Crew and the National Security Archive wrote to FBI Director Chris Wray and AG Merrick Garland and requested that they investigate whether former President Trump violated criminal laws by willfully destroying and mutilating his presidential records while in office. The National Archives also requested that the Department of Justice undertake an investigation. But there are a number of criminal statutes that make removal and destruction of federal property a crime. It is generally illegal to remove property from the White House. For example, in 2001, Bill Clinton staffers removed the W key from West Wing keyboards right before George W. Bush was inaugurated. This prank was actually theft, and the General Accounting Office interviewed over 100 government employees about the theft of the W's. So, if the government decides to charge Trump with crimes related to these documents, what are Trump's defenses here? Well, the first would probably be declassification. Trump's lawyers say that he had declassified the documents at issue. Now, presidents do have broad plenary power to classify and declassify documents. That power stems from their position as commander-in-chief. The president can delegate this authority, they can exercise it themselves, or they can order the release of classified documents after a certain period of time. And as far as we know, Barack Obama was the last president to issue an order on classified information. Under Obama's Executive Order 13526, original classification authorities, like the heads of various departments and agencies, were allowed to classify and declassify information owned by their organizations. That means that departments might authorize the disclosure of information to someone with the proper security clearance. And this executive order has not been rescinded, and federal agencies are still following it. However, future and following presidents like Trump and Biden are under no obligation to follow Obama's executive order. They can tweak the order, issue their own, or simply handle things in an ad hoc manner. And Trump's approach to classified information could probably be described as freewheeling. And after Trump lost the 2020 election, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted that his dad should, quote, declassify everything, we can't let the bad actors get away with it. Could Trump have declassified everything?
I think deep in your heart, you already know the answer to that.
Well, technically, yes, the president does have the power to declassify every document that the US government holds, but then that information would be public and you could FOIA that information and release it. And Trump's defenders in Congress held a press conference to explain that not everything that is classified is totally classified. And in some ways, what they're saying actually does make sense. The government tends to overclassify records, and arguably, a lot more information should be available to the public. Transparency in government is generally a good thing. But in this case, we may be talking about some extremely sensitive top secret information, information that may relate to nuclear weapons. And this gets us to one of the main exceptions about the president's declassification powers, which is that the president doesn't fully control information about nuclear weapons. The Atomic Energy Act regulates information about nuclear weapons and nuclear energy. Under the Act, restricted data and formally restricted data are top secret information. And the Act defines restricted data as all data concerning the design, manufacture, or utilization of atomic weapons, the production...
So are we saying there's a chance? You know what the only good thing about Trump being president was that if there really were aliens in Roswell, this motherfucker would leak it. But now you're telling me there's some classified information even the president doesn't know? What the fuck?
Of special nuclear material and the use of special nuclear material in the production of energy. Now, nuclear information is placed in the formally restricted data category after the Department of Energy and the Department of Defense jointly determined that it relates primarily to the military utilization of atomic weapons. Now, the president also lacks control over information related to U.S. and foreign intelligence operations. The Intelligence Identities Protection Act protects the identity of covert U.S. intelligence operatives. Their identities and other intelligence sources are protected by statute, and the president cannot reveal them without breaking federal law. And there's also another exception to the president's declassification power, which should be completely obvious. Former presidents don't have the legal authority to declassify records after they leave office. But at base, as noted earlier, declassifying the documents is only one of the hurdles, since a lot of the statutes at issue here do not turn on whether the information is classified. That's completely unrelated. We also don't know if Trump followed the procedure for declassifying the documents. He can't just think declassification in his head while president and the documents are declassified. The lawyers at Just Security summarize the process for declassification like this. Classified documents have classification markings in the header and footer of each page, indicating the level of classification for the document as a whole. Furthermore, classified records have cover sheets that specifically indicate when the record was classified by whom and under what authority, as well as when the classification expires. If Trump did in fact order the declassification, he still needed to make sure his staff took the necessary next steps to modify the classification markings on the documents before he could actually handle and store the records as a private citizen, as if they were unclassified. Under security classification rules, a classification marking on a document has to be treated as valid and binding unless and until a subsequent marking replaces it. Appropriate government staffers would have needed to cross out the classification markings in the headers and footers and stamped declassified on the record, noting when it was declassified by whom and under what authority. Since that does not appear to have been done with the classified documents reportedly identified to date, the documents remain classified and had to be treated as classified for handling and storage purposes. It's probably worth noting that ignorance is not going to be a defense here, because reportedly the FBI and DOJ met with Trump several times, issued a subpoena, and not all of the documents were given back. And even the fact that some of the documents were given back initially shows that they know how to handle classified documents and agreed that some of these documents needed to be returned to the government. That being said, Trump might have a First Amendment defense. The Supreme Court does recognize that in some cases the public's interest in receiving information can outweigh the government's interest in...
How was it looking for Trump? I have no idea. I don't know how he gets away from this. But I also don't know if he would be charged for it. Problem is when you say like things pertaining to nuclear weapons, well, and then also like there's probably going to be, or is there some active investigation over like who was in that room? Because they said there were cameras there. I don't know did the subpoena cover the camera footage? I thought it did, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty spooky.
Keeping it secret. However, when evaluating First Amendment concerns, the court gives more leeway to reporters who lawfully obtain government documents than they do to government officials. And, when you're talking about classified and defense information or information related to nuclear documents, security interests are probably going to outweigh those First Amendment concerns. So will this be the thing that brings down the former president? It's hard to say. But a lot of people have noticed that a violation of Section 2071 can carry with it a penalty of being barred from office. Could that be used to prevent Trump from running again? Well, I have an entire separate video over on Nebula, exclusive to Nebula, which is today's sponsor along with Nebula Stream. Because on Nebula, my videos always come out early with 0 ads. And I release exclusive content like this all the time, like this entire video on whether Trump can be barred from office. A video on Alex Jones's testimony, whether it amounts to...
Okay, I don't care. Gideon confronts L3L3 on his podcast.
All right, I'm letting him back in.
Okay, he's back.
Here we go. All right, Gideon, can you hear us this time?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
There you go.
Okay, hey, welcome back to the show. Thank you for calling.
No, thanks for having me.
Gideon, nice to meet you. Nice to talk.
No, I just feel like it's been like, there we go. Can you see my face now? There we go.
Okay, what's up?
What's up, Ethan? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
First thing first, Wan, I love you, bro. You're
Shout out,
Wan.
Appreciate you.
W Dan.
Whittian.
Yeah.
So, my editor was kind of telling me about the video. I haven't got the chance to watch your response yet because I was gonna watch it later on my stream. But he had told me that you were really upset about the thumbnail, and I really don't even look at my second channel. He just posts the clips and stuff. So when he told me and I saw it, I was like, oh shit. I said change it. So
okay, that's nice. I appreciate that. The new one's a little weird though too. Maybe you can explain this. It says, look at him act like an educated African American. I don't know what that means.
I think I know what he was trying to go for there.
What?
Man, he's talking about your best friend Keemstar, I think. A little play on words.
Look at him act like an educated African American.
Do you not like that one? If not, I can tell
I don't get it. It seems like it's another. Not that I know of.
I'll tell him after this to change it for you.
Yeah, so I guess, well, since you're here, I guess we can talk about the video, because you accused me of what I felt was like a light jab about the most racist town in America video you made.
Yeah.
You called me a liberal racist, and I am intrigued by that. I just was hoping you unpacked it a little more in your video. So maybe you can do that for me here.
Nah, yeah. I don't think I called you a liberal racist because me personally, I don't think you're a racist,
I think you said that verbatim.
I said that was liberal racism.
Okay.
This is liberal racism. So, because I said the same thing about Hassan. So.
Okay, so liberal racism. What does that mean?
So I feel like you know what conservative racism is, right? Your white picket fence, all American family, hates immigrants, doesn't like, the stereotypical racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's pretty much when you think of a racist, you think of someone that's outwardly like, I hate black people, people that are against BLM. That's what I think of, with racism. But then,
yeah, I got you.
I feel like what kind of comes under the rug and people really don't talk about is liberal racism. And what I think liberal racism and a lot of other black people in the black community, we feel like what liberal racism is like white people thinking, or not even white people, but it's mostly white people thinking they know better than black people, thinking like they have to save us. More of like a white savior complex.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure you heard of white savior, right?
Yeah, I know what that is.
So that's what I mean by liberal racism. So I just felt really patronized when you were like, oh, look at him parading for the KKK. And yeah, it was a light jab and stuff, and I got emotional. So, that's on me for getting emotional. I should have articulated my words a little bit better to get my point across. But, we all say things we regret, right? Well, I don't necessarily regret it, but I regret how I phrased it.
So how would you like to phrase it? Because I am interested in unpacking that.
I just felt patronized,
Patronized.
Yeah.
So, because I guess the criticism of that video was just that you went there and you're like, these guys are all, like, we can talk with these people and we can have a conversation with them. You're talking to that KKK guy who is basically like, you can't come to my church, right?
Yeah, he said that.
And he thinks that, like, whites and black people should be separated.
He does.
So, I guess I just don't. You
kind of
just gave him a platform to talk uncontested. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to hear from you. In that situation, for you to have not said that, what would you have liked me to say or condemn him on in that situation?
Well, first I'll say I think we all see that the video had good intentions, and we get what you're trying to do out there, and I think, and I've made this mistake before when I've had people like Jordan Peterson on, or even Joey Salads. I once debated him, and the problem is when you talk with people that incendiary, with that undefensible, and a lot of them lie and mislead shit, you kind of have to be equipped to.
Oh no! Careful with the word choice here.
Respond to it appropriately, right? You kind of have to be prepared. Otherwise,
you need to be a master
they're
debater
left to say whatever they want, kind of unchecked, and in a way, you kind of just let the guy give his platform out, and without being, without challenging him in a way that I think would have been meaningful. But that being said, I understand what you were trying to do, and it was.
So, do you feel like I came in there like unequipped, and I wasn't prepared, really, and I just kind of gave him a platform?
Kind of what he's saying.
If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But is that what you think? I came in there unequipped.
I think that you are, a little bit, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, to say to that, actually, I know, from the title, it's kind of like you probably were thinking, oh yeah, he went there to, say racism doesn't exist. But actually, when I don't know if you realized the outfit I had on, I was like sagging, had a white tank top. I really had no idea what type of video I was gonna do there.
Yeah.
Because I've never been there. I just seen the video and stuff. But when I got there, got to talking to the minorities of the place, figuring out, and then learning that, okay, it's not actually the town of Harrison. It's this little town of Zinc where, the KKK compound is. Then going over to Zinc, finding out it's not even the town of Zinc. It's literally just that compound, and how pretty much everybody in that area doesn't like them. And, I got everybody else's opinion about it. Everybody was cussing them out, talking about how much they disliked them. And then, I go on his property to go talk to him. And me personally, I feel as though to grow as humans, like if I was just to go there and he talked and I'm like, you fucking racist, you're wrong, obviously would have got a lot of clicks, would have got a lot of views and everything. But at the end of the day, what would have God done? I feel
I don't think that's the only way to confront people, right? I mean, you don't have to yell and scream and stuff. Like that would be, I don't know, for me, it's like if I go to like neo-Nazis and be like, yo, we can have a conversation. You just want me to fucking die. But I don't know. I get what you were going for, right? And it's
like fine. Let's say you're Jewish, right?
Yes.
So let's say you did a video where you went to like a neo-Nazi camp and you had a conversation with them, and for the most part it was a civil conversation. He said what he has to say, which is absolutely wrong and I don't agree with, and then you say your piece and then you leave it at that. And let's say I was to hop on and be like, oh, look at Ethan parading for the neo-Nazis. He's all
I didn't say you're parading.
I think you said campaigning, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you said, I think I said like giving him a platform.
No, you said campaigning, but it's all good though. It's all good.
Well, it doesn't matter. But my intention was that I didn't say campaigning.
But I mean, I feel like it does matter because to me, it offended me,
Yeah.
And I know you like talked about Keem and everything Keem said, and like, bro, I'm not stupid. We all know the video where Keem said the hard R like what, 3-4 times, and me personally, I don't consider him a racist. Like, no offense, you said the hard R like 2-3 times. I don't consider you a racist. Like people say stuff. It's like I know a racist, and I know someone that just says something. And that guy was a racist, but I knew going there that he wasn't going to change his mind. And that's not what I wanted to go there for. I'm not going there to try to change his mind because it's just not going to happen. And I feel like that's the problem, where the left and the right get into an endless debate where one side tries to changes the other side's mind. Then the other side gets mad that they're trying to change their mind, so they want to rebel against them. And it's another ending thing. I just wanted to put out there what they thought. And then I feel like the rest of the video spoke for itself. It's like, even though there's this much hatred,
why did you want to put out what they thought? Or why did you want to put out what they thought?
It's the same reason why, you talk about Andrew Tate. It needs to be talked about.
Did you criticize it though?
I did. I feel like it's pretty obvious that I stand against everything he says.
Yeah, I think I can boil it down to this point, which is basically there's some things that are not even, if you engage it, it legitimizes it in a way that like it doesn't even need to be engaged. Like it's not even a conversation. Like if I went to a Nazi rally, I was like, tell me about why you think all Jews should die. It's like that's not going to be a productive conversation simply by the fact that there's no real way to justify that. And even by engaging it like it's a reasonable argument, you in a way legitimize it and turn that conversation into what like a legitimate conversation that's really not.
I think I said this before, but like the problem with this line of thinking is that like people will very quickly say that almost nothing is worth engaging with, like Trump polls aren't worth engaging with or anything. Like, and then you're in a world where we have no conversations with each other, and nobody even knows how to talk to or how to argue against some of these points because everybody's like basically tricked themselves into thinking there's no point in ever talking to any people, and then it just gets fucked.
Not a legitimate conversation. That's why I wasn't adding on to it. That's why I wasn't agreeing with him. I just let him talk, and I said, well, why can't I join the church? It was more to flesh out everything that he thought, because when you really get down to it, he said everything he thought, and then he ended up saying that more white people hurt him and offended him more in his life than black people. So it's like, okay, if white people did more bad stuff to you in your life than black people, but you'll let white people into your church, then where is this hatred of black people coming from and other races coming from? So then that's what I was trying to get down to is he's already showing, I haven't even, he said in the video, I think he said, I haven't had a problem with black people. I've had more problems with white people, but there's still this stigma of this racism. So obviously it boils down to something. And I feel like as a generation, the more we talk about it, the more that it will be excluded because we see it's wrong. And if you look at it today, I feel like in any point in time in history, especially here in America, you know, racism is going down more and more and more as the new generation sees.
So don't you think he was able to?
This is on Gideon's channel.
I mean, his message to you, because he knows he's on camera, was very scaled back, right? Like if you had a hidden camera and him and his homie talking about black people or Jews or whatever, it would have been a lot more vile. So in a way, he was able to do some nice PR on camera for you. And also, I will say at one point that really kind of took me back is when you guys ended your conversation and you said, is there anything you want to say to the people? And he goes, thanks for listening. And I was like, oh, damn, that's kind of fucked up that he got to just like platform his beliefs like that. That all being said, I think the video is overall good. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, you fucked up and the video's horrible and you should never made it. I think what Hassan was originally trying to do was just, you know, level some criticism at your approach. And I think ultimately maybe you got a little defensive about it, but I understand that as well.
You know, I got defensive about it. Me personally, I feel me being upset about it was justified, but I should have took more time to, you know, react to his video and your video beforehand, where I can have all my points written down, where I can say it in a cohesive manner and stuff. But that's not what happened. You know, I like to do live reactions, and you know, I'm here.
Yeah, I get it. Me too.
So I got emotional, and I said that. I feel like my, you know, how I feel still stands, but I feel like now coming on here, you know, I kind of got to flesh out more of how I thought. You know, you're not racist, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah. Then.
No. But I don't understand. I still don't understand the accusation of me being a liberal racist.
I feel like you were exhibiting liberal racism.
So how? I just don't understand that, because that's a pretty harsh thing to level against someone.
And I feel that. So I'm gonna tell you why I think you were exhibiting liberal racism.
Yeah.
So in the left side, I feel, you know, they're pretty strong allies with, like, you know, the black community, BLM, but you know, I feel like especially the entire black community, what we're starting to see is, especially around election time, we're more used for votes than it is for actually helping our people. I think it was a George Floyd bill that was supposed to be signed after he had died about police brutality and everything. But that bill to this day still hasn't been signed. But I think Asian Lives Matter bill has been signed by him. And I feel...
What did that Asian Lives thing even do? What did it, like, increase penalty for a hate crime? Did it even do anything?
Also that some LGBTQ bill was signed by him, but that bill, it was around the George Floyd era, but that bill to this day has yet to been signed. And
how was I being a liberal racist?
So how you were being a liberal racist is, you know, instead of you saying, you know, if you would have said, hey, Gideon, you know, you gave him a platform, man. You should have attacked this more. I see, like, the way you said it there, cool. But in the video, there goes Gideon campaigning for the neo-Nazis. And, you know, you know what we call that in the black community? You probably don't know what that is because, you know, you're not in the black community. But basically, a lot of other black people had the same sentiment. It's basically, you kind of call me an Uncle Tom. So, like, an Uncle Tom is someone...
I know what Uncle Tom is. Yeah, no, I know that.
It's not that.
So you're like,
it's not that exclusive of a word.
No,
I mean,
but
I think all me and Hassan said was that you just were a little ill-equipped to handle that delicate of a conversation. That's it. I don't understand how that implies you're an Uncle Tom, so to speak. Or maybe I'm missing. Maybe I'm missing.
But
something.
you know, that's the thing. Like you and Hassan, you know, no offense to y'all, but you guys stay in y'all studios and you talk about it from afar. And I think in Hassan's video, he said he looks at the empirical data. But you know, I'm pretty sure before he reacted to that video, he didn't even know what Harrison, Arkansas was. But it's just like, you know, where someone like me, like, yeah, you know, I might not be as smart as y'all. You know, it is what it is.
I don't think it's about that. First of all,
I wanted to go to the field where it said it's the most racist town. I put myself at harm. I put my filmer at harm.
Yeah.
But we went there, and I feel like we've brought something, you know, for the world to see, because that video, you know, you see that video and you say, oh, yeah, you know the video I'm talking about in question where the guy has a BLM sign and it says, and everybody was calling him the N-word lover and all this stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Was that in the video?
No, it was the video that
was an earlier one about the town.
Like it was the original.
No, I definitely agree that like the concept and you going there was super brave, not knowing what to expect. Like I totally agree that like the video premise is interesting and you're super brave to go there. I just don't know that.
Okay, we're kind of circling the drain now. What are we doing, guys?
That I understand still yet the liberal racism.
So the liberal racism part is, you know, it feels, you know, you're a white man telling me, oh, Gideon doesn't understand like this racism. He doesn't really quite understand it. He was ill prepared. He was unequipped. He didn't know what he was talking about. You know, he should have been more prepared. It kind of sounds like, you know, like whether you wanted to sound like that or not, like you should have been in that situation because you could have been better prepared for it.
That's a leap. I don't think so. I definitely am not equipped to have that conversation as a, you know, as a Jewish person. That's not my thing. I think obviously you're
but you gave an opinion on me being unequipped for it. Like you said.
Let me ask you this. Is it possible for a black person to not be equipped for that conversation? Or are they all just perfectly equipped by the nature of being a black American?
The funny thing is that as much as I hate to admit it, Ethan kind of has the better argument here. Like Jaden doesn't have a good response for it, but I think Ethan is too scared to either be mean to a black person or he's trying not to burn a bridge, or Ethan is not like leaning in, or maybe I shouldn't say that. He's being very passive. I don't understand. Technically he has the argumentative upper hand, but he's not like, I don't know why. I don't know why Ethan's not just going in.
It's not the fact about me being equipped or not. It's the fact of me wanting to have the conversation.
So am I not allowed to point that out without being a racist?
No. You can point out anything you want, and I have the right to disagree with anything you say. There was a black man, I don't know if you know about this, he would go to Klan rallies, and he would literally watch them do their burning of the crosses. He would talk to them, and eventually the white man he was talking to eventually realized, wow, what I'm doing is wrong. And he actually left being a Nazi, and he brought a lot of other people with him. And so it's like, you know, it'll be the same thing if you told that black man when he went, and the thing about that black man, he wouldn't even go there disagreeing with them. He literally did the same thing I did. He went there just to hear what they had to say. And eventually, when you talk to someone and you just keep on spewing what you believe, and they don't retaliate or give you their opinion, but they just listen, then you realize, wow, what I'm saying is kind of fucked up. I know you're pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
I know the guy. Yeah, Daryl Davis. Yeah, he's super interesting guy.
What's the difference between what he did and what I did?
Well, if you want, first of all, he didn't record it and put it on YouTube, but
he made a documentary about it.
Yeah, but also he spent a lot of time building a relationship with these people, right? And speaking off camera, speaking candidly with them. I mean, if you really want to know what's the difference, I mean, you had one short conversation with this guy in which he said, you can't come to my church, and he even was unwilling to shake your hand. It basically turned around. So, like...
Actually, I shook his hand.
You did? Okay.
I shook his hand, so...
But anyway, I mean, obviously he developed a deeper relationship with them. Because like you said, clearly you're not changing their mind in any way, which it's very difficult to do. I mean, they're so entrenched in their ideology. But what you did and what he did is very different, no?
So I guess the only difference is he changed his mind because he had more time to be with them and I didn't?
Potentially. I mean, I don't know about his approaches, but he certainly had a lot more time to build the relationships and have candid conversations about it off camera.
So would you say he was more prepared? Like,
definitely.
But what was he more prepared with besides the fact, because obviously he had more time with them, so how can I not be getting prepared for that? You know, what if I go back there and I get to talk to them again?
That'd be great.
But would I still be unprepared?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of prep. I don't know. I mean, look, you're a young man. You know, I know that guy who did that was like older. He had been through a lot of shit. So I think I don't know what preparation necessarily looks like. I would assume it's more about
oh man, this is a hard conversation. Let's do. Ethan's argument is essentially like, if you want to go and put up some insane racist person on camera, that's fine. Do your video, but like you have to provide like ample pushback. You can't go to some place, guys, like, I'm not going to shake your hand, you're not going to come to my church, fuck you, I hate black people, and, you know, or not fuck you, but I hate black people and I'm racist, but, like, we're chill, and then walk away and be like, oh, well, these guys are pretty friendly, because it's like, well, it feels a little bad to engage with them in that manner.
Yeah, being prepared to, you know, respond to whatever they're talking. You got to be prepared for, they have logical fallacies that they say, and stuff. You just being a matter of being prepared to have that dialogue
Logical
and knowing
fallacies?
like what's the best way to neutralize or cut through logical fallacies and stuff like that, and and I think experience too as a human being, just being able to
like, the thing is, I think Ethan kind of knows the surface level argument of don't platform bad actors or something, but he can't actually like critically engage with it at all. Like all of these are just like empty platitudes. Like, have experience as an adult. Like, what? Okay, what does that mean? He 100% learned all this from Hassan. Yeah, it sounds like he probably picked up like the abstract ideas from Hassan, but he doesn't actually know the underlying justification. I don't even know if Hassan knows the underlying justification, but
connect with people on a deep empathetic level that you get from age, frankly. But I'm not saying it's
because nothing here you get from age. That has nothing to do with this conversation at all.
Saying it's impossible for a young man to do it either.
I'm not. I mean, you know, I'm not a debater like you. You and Hassan, you guys.
Not really debater, but yeah.
Okay, well, Hassan, he makes his living off of being a debater and everything. I'm not a debater.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
more of
not even close.
Obviously a prankster, but I wanted to show a different side of me, and I feel like that video really did show a different side of me, where I show more of my interviewing skills, more of less of the trolling, and more of me just asking the questions. You know, like Nico did the same video, and he actually got to talk to the leader of the KKK.
Mm-hmm.
But you know. I don't see.
I agree, man. There's nothing wrong with it. But do you find it ironic to, on one hand, call me a liberal racist for criticizing your preparedness to have that conversation while doing a Nazi Hitler salute in front of a KKK building?
I mean, you know, it's ironic.
It is
Obviously,
ironic, right?
A black man doing that. It's like the same thing with the context of you saying the F word and the N word multiple times on iDub stream. You know, were you saying it out of racism? Yes or no?
No.
So obviously, so
you're
was I
doing
that out of racism?
So what is the context?
The context is a black guy at a KKK camp where he shouldn't be throwing up their salute.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm just joking around, not joking around about the situation, but more of the fact
that Nazis really
making
even
fun of
hated
them.
black people that much. I think they did. Oh,
well, I mean, it's a fair question. That's a fair question. No, I'm making fun of it. That's a fair question. They had like the massacre shit, but like, I don't think that there was that many black people in like the whole of Europe. I feel like I read about this at one point because somebody wanted to give the Soviet Union a whole bunch of credit for like overcoming racism about black people, and they like did that about a bunch of propaganda towards the United States. But the reality is that in terms of like demographic makeup of like the Soviet Union, it's not like they had that many quote unquote black people that they were trying to integrate. So it was like an easy W for them. They didn't have any of those issues. But I mean, I'm sure that of the black people that were in whatever the German fucking Nazi shit, they probably wouldn't have had the highest opinions of them.
Yeah. Okay. So
if you wanted the Aryan race, they didn't like you.
But yeah,
because I remember they like Hitler was obsessed with like that Olympian.
Well, he thinks Jews were at the very bottom of the totem pole, but he had a whole totem pole, and black people were pretty far down there too.
Probably, yeah. I would imagine that's probably the case.
Blonde-blue-eyed,
I don't think
basically was a lower person. So
okay, so this is okay, cool.
Yeah, but I just wanted to come on here like, you know what? I feel like I didn't, really display my true feelings. So I hope you know my true feelings now. I'm not expecting an apology or anything like that, but like, this is exactly what I want to do. It's like having the conversation instead of us having to beef on Twitter for years. and doing the L3. Because I don't know if you know this, but I actually grew up on you. Vape Nation, y'all. Like I grew up on you. I feel like you inspired a lot of my career and everything.
So you tweeted out like 2 days ago, I missed the old H3. What does that mean?
Oh man, bro!
Before you got so weirdly political.
Hilo, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Where you guys would just sit down, react to videos, make comedy sketches. You know the old H3, the H3 that was trying to raise a bunch of money to fight a lawsuit battle. I remember actually I was trying to donate my first paycheck to you because around this time you were raising money for I forgot the dude's name, but like Hoffman or
Matt Haas. Yeah.
You were trying
that's
to raise
awesome.
money
I appreciate
for the
that.
thing,
Yeah.
but you reached the goal way before I could even send in that paycheck and stuff.
I don't think it's in the place
of
H3 to talk about how black people engage with racism towards black people feels very inappropriate. No, he's right there, but he's either scared because the optics of the conversation look bad, or he just doesn't know how to navigate the conversation. But you can totally be critical of how people engage with other people, even if it's a black person engaging with a racist white person. As a white person, you can be critical of that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it seems like when people say that, it's more like detractors who are like, I don't like what he's become now. So I guess I'm curious, what is it that I do that you don't like these days? Just to give you an opportunity to talk about it.
It's not necessarily that I don't like what you do now. It's just me personally.
You like the old stuff.
I like the old stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes we think of the heyday. People are going to say the same thing about me. People are going to be like, oh, man, I miss the old Gideon. And I understand, we have to grow up and everything. And, I feel like you maybe took a turn further off the road than most people do with their careers. But, hey, it's working. You have a successful brand for you. You have people like Dan, W employees in the chat. Dan in the chat, y'all.
Definitely dubs. For sure.
I can't hate on you like that. You got a beautiful family and everything. So, I'm not going to hate on you for that, but, just shouting out the old H3 members,
So it was like a shout out to being like, yo, this guy's old content rules. But I don't
remember the old days.
No. JDN's being a little wussy here.
So anyway, but ultimately I want to wrap it up and say, it's not like I hated the video or even that I had very strong opinions about it. I think it just turned into this back and forth that kind of turned interesting. And then the orangutan thing was kind of nuts. So, but I'm glad we could talk it out.
For you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on Matthew for that. But also, if you go on my community tabs on my second channel, you'll see like 3 or 4 months ago, he had posted one thumbnail. I was like, bro, sorry if we had to delete that other thumbnail because Matthew was wilding.
What was it?
Oh man, I forget. But he's a 17-year-old. I hired a 17-year-old.
He's good.
So.
I mean. Yeah, I like that he expresses himself a little bit there, but I guess sometimes you take it too far. I clicked that shit. I was like, I said what?
I heard what you said about I gotta be more around. So before things go up, I'm gonna take criticism where criticism is due. I'm gonna make sure before things go out. So if it's not on my part, I can nip it in the bud so situations like this don't happen. And, I'm not going to tell you what to do because this is obviously your business, but I would just say going in the future, especially talking about issues like regarding other races, I would say have more self-awareness of like what you're saying because you got to realize different races have different fights they're going against because obviously you talk about so many different topics. So obviously you're going to end up talking about different races. So I would just say more of have like a look on, okay, what could this race be going through at a time where, could my comments maybe offend someone or offend this race? And I would say if you go in with that more forethought, because what you said here, if you would have said that in your video, I would have not said anything. It would have been like, you know what? Fair point. I can see that. But maybe next interview, I can interject more and, be like, okay, guys, don't listen to that part.
Caldwell,
but, you didn't give me room to make corrections for the future. You more have just made a statement that low-key I felt was patronizing. But you know what? I feel like we squashed it off here, and there's no hard feelings.
No, there's no hard feelings. I never did. I like you. I think you're funny. I think you're talented, and I think you have a bright future.
That means a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah, but just so you know, like when I said the N-word, that was wrong, right? Like I apologize for that, and I've learned a lot, and that's something that I would never do now. And I hope you know that about the Nazi salute as well.
Yeah, and you know what? Even in the context of you're Jewish, so I apologize if that offended you. And you know, I was hoping that it was just pretty well known that it was ironic, but you know, it seemed to take offense to you. So since it took offense for you,
Well,
I'll apologize on my end. So I appreciate you apologizing, and I apologize on my end as well.
There you go. Beautiful. Well, I appreciate you being mature and calling in. And saying what up.
I wanted
and,
fighting.
You know, I don't like beef. You know,
but you know,
Shout out Pokey.
I wanted
and,
some-
you know, I saw you got in trouble with some pokey stuff, and you guys squashed the beef. I thought that was cool too. But again, yeah, it's not like a heavy criticism. You know, it's just some comments. But I understand. It's all good. I understand getting feeling patronized as well. So it's all good. I apologize.
I appreciate that, Ethan. Thank you.
What do I apologize for? Right.
What?
Yeah, I apologize.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Anyway, thank you, bro. Appreciate you calling in.
Hey, everybody in the chat, W podcast, W stream right now. You guys can still call me LaDion. It's all good.
No, we've been calling you Whittion today.
Whittion? Okay.
W
Fake
today.
Nation.
Oh, fake
you be
days,
safe,
bro.
guys.
All right.
Love you, Dan.
Thanks, bro.
Love you, Dan.
Dan became the hero.
The hero we don't deserve.
But I wasn't sure what and I don't mean to be offensive.
I think it's more of like that he's young, and if you felt like he was being too targeted, you apologize that.
Okay. Boring. Well, that was boring. Are they really called the W and L community? Because they type W's and L's in chat? Is that actually true? I have no idea. Reacting to Andrew Tate.
Hi, everyone.
What Red Pill gets wrong.
It's
Oh,
fake
boy.
it's fake 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 it's fake.
Hey Steven, my little sister is a huge fan of Fuentes, Molyneux, Saddam Hussein, Mussolini, and Xander Hall. She's been in prison for 7 years for committing a hate crime. She gets out next week. Any advice on how to get her to lighten up a bit?
Keep her away from black
DGGL.
people. Let me use the restroom real quick. 1 second. I'll watch this.
Gideon's video made me a racist. I was exposed to too much bad words. Without disclaimers, Destiny feels weird. If Martin is Sage Brelly playing the hack, what are the chances he planned to leak his password on Destiny's stream? Did you already watch the SH Nico Tristan Tate video?
Cool. Watch the Like and Lauren debate? That that sounds really boring. Over whether or not that sign was mean or not? Or how Christian or not Christian either of them are? I'm good on that.
And welcome back to my channel if you're new here.
Hello?
Hello, King.
Hello, Dan can't stream.
What's happening in Kitty Cat Town up in here?
We're making our way through the videos that have been stockpiling on the channel. How you doing?
I'm having a drink right now, actually.
Really? What are you drinking there, Dan?
I'm drinking an old fashioned. I got it's a little thick this time. We got like 4 shots of bourbon, and so it's a little bit more than normal. What's up with you?
Wait,
What's the
4
latest?
shots of bourbon in one old fashioned?
Yep.
Is that twice as strong as normal?
Yeah.
You okay, Dan?
So it's it's about twice as strong, I would say.
Well, isn't a normal one 2 shots?
Yeah, this is.
So why would you say
4.
about twice as strong? Wouldn't it be like exactly twice as strong?
Well, I wasn't exactly measuring, so to speak.
Don't you have that huge machine? Isn't every measurement pretty exact?
I didn't use it. I poured it free flow.
Oh, you were just okay.
Feeling a little bit wild today, basically.
Okay.
It could be 5, or I suppose 3.5, maybe. What's news? What's news here, though?
Well, nothing much. Pretty boring today. Not much going on.
Pretty boring. Really?
Did
Nothing.
Second episode of D&D for the week.
Why?
Do you want to go out to eat tonight, Dan? No, I'm already wasted. Fuck you. No, it's okay. I don't want to actually. Change my mind.
Hold on. Let me think. Give me 1 minute to ponder this. Hold on 1 second.
No, if you seriously do, we should go like tomorrow, the night after. That'd be okay.
Okay.
Shut
Sorry
up,
about
Dan.
that. My wife was in here.
You have a
Listen,
drinking
we can
problem.
go.
Shut up,
okay, the
Dan.
problem is, like,
have a drinking
I'm going to say
problem.
this.
Shut
Okay,
up, Dan.
stream's not going to be happy, but I say, if we're going to get dinner, we got to go meow. Okay? Not in an hour, not in a half hour. If you don't want to go tonight, then it's got to be, then I can do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
but I'm
we
just
can
saying.
go tomorrow. We can go tomorrow.
Okay. That's fine,
Maybe, just for memes, maybe we can go and look at one of those offices or whatever.
Have you called? Yeah, I mean, there's, I know, hold on, let me see. 1 sec.
Yeah, I figured. I'm not a dumb fuck, okay?
Huh? Oh, you're talking to chat.
No, I'm talking to you. I know. I'm a smart kitty
All right,
cat.
so, okay, look, the 2 that I found in North Beach are good. We need to find something like the first one that I showed you on stream that is open after 5 p.m. I didn't realize that was going to be an issue with the first one. But, so stuff like that, that's going to have all hours thing, because I guess that's going to be important, because we might want to do streams after 5 p.m. So there's that. And then I'm okay with one of them that you showed me in Miami, but it's got to be close to Miami Beach. So, but I'll keep looking. We have like a list of like 6 or 7, or maybe not. Is it 5? I don't know. I can't count right now. It's a good amount. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yo, King. It's my B-Day. Please let me out of the walls.
All right. I can't wait to dump fucking $600,000 on the setup for this podcast. Who, Raikudo, just said this is never happening because Dan is too lazy. I am the opposite of lazy. I am a doer of things. I am the hype man supreme, the cheerleader of cheers.
Well, and right now it's right now Erudite is the one pushing everything forward. So
I'm going to say right now, fuck that bitch. Okay, I don't know what happened with that goddamn Reddit post, my name being fucking cut out again, but this one's on. Listen,
Blame the call screener people, okay?
I'm
They're
gonna
the
tell
ones
you
that-
right now.
Yeah.
Normally, I don't have my fucking paw on the scale, okay? But when it comes to fucking Erudite, okay, my paw's on the fucking scale to get this one fucking blown the fuck up. She better fucking know her place, settle the fuck down, and stop trying to get rid of me, okay? Because it ain't gonna happen, okay? It doesn't fucking matter. You may think, oh, look at me, I'm a woman, I have all this power over Steve. No, I have outlasted you, and I have outlasted all of them, okay? Never forget it.
Well, the benefit right now to Erudite is she stands to gain a lot career-wise, so she's like super motivated to like push things forward and move on stuff.
as long as she doesn't fuck around trying to get rid of Dan. Dan the man ain't going nowhere.
I'm trying to get rid of you. Dan, are you okay?
Nice try, sis.
Do you
Go
think
off
someone's-
or whatever the fuck it was. All right.
Do you think someone's going after you, Dan? Do you feel threatened?
She's going out. She's coming, but she doesn't know what she thinks that I'm just a plain Jane bitch. She didn't know that I'm a special type of sauce that she ain't never had before. All right. Anyways, that's it.
Jesus.
When is that, by the way?
I messaged you. Oh, you don't even have it in your calendar.
Okay, hold on. Scrolling. Okay. Open this. Oh, that's like soon.
When is it? Is it Sunday or Monday? Wait, why don't
It's
I have it on my
Sunday.
calendar?
21st.
Oh, it is. Yeah, Sunday at 2 o'clock EDT.
Sunday at 2 p.m. Show with bitch woman. No, I'm kidding. I won't write that on there. I put the little snake emoji. You know that one?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
tweeting that one.
that's how I'm gonna know exactly. I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna be like snake in my. I know exactly what's going on. Yep.
Jesus. Dan's not fucking around, guys.
Yep. Listen, I've recognized like there's like 2 or 3 like. Well, you know, I'm gonna do these deeds in the shadows. Forget I said anything. There's 2 or 3 people I got my eye on them. That's all. You know what I got today at the bank? And I was a little excited to get? I got a $2 bill today. Okay, I know these aren't rare. Anyone can get them, it's fine. I haven't seen one in a while. And you know what? It was a really cool time to give this to my daughter. She was like, you know, can I get some money for doing something or whatever the fuck? And I gave her a $2 bill. And she was like, man, this shit's fake. I was like, nah, it's real. And she was fucking ecstatic. It's her inner, you know, the fact that she learned something new about money. I could feel it was something deep in my my people's genetics that was really excited about what was happening at that moment. And she was just learning something new. She had a great day. Never seen this $2 bill before.
Wow, I'm glad that you got to share that moment, that experience with her.
I was just telling her what's going on. It's exciting, you know? You think you know it. You think you understand what's going on in this world. And then your dad drops a $2 bill in your lap. And you're like, what the fuck is that? This is real? They're still making... This is a 2020 bill. What's going on here?
Wait, what is... Are there any other weird bill... Weren't there bills above $100 that they used to make?
Oh, yeah, and there's still legal tender. So there's $500 bills.
Yeah,
There's
well, obviously they're not
$1,000
going to de-legalize them. But I thought, didn't they...
the other ones are.
Didn't they
stop
go way
saying
higher?
higher.
Literally that they were done making over $100 bills? Like they don't mint those anymore? Or they don't print those anymore?
But they definitely don't print those anymore, correct. But there are $500 bills, there are $1,000 bills. I mean, there's $50,000 bills, $10,000 bills. I think there's like a $1 million bill as well. But a lot of these were used for interbank transfers back in the fucking olden days before computers and shit. So if you're like, you know, Bank of America in Tallahassee, you could send it down to, you know, Opaloka or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so there you go.
What do you think of the Nick chat yesterday?
Not a fan. Oh, well, I guess I'm a fan that... Well, actually, I don't want to talk about this. I realize. Thank you. Let's move on to another subject. So, speaking of that stuff, how's Lauren Southern doing?
I think she's debating Lycan right now.
Oh, really?
Over...
I'll watch that before I go to bed tonight. That'll put me right the fuck to sleep.
Excuse me. Lycan is our in-house debater in training. Okay.
I love Lycan, okay? But that is like, to me, that's better than melatonin, baby. Give it up. Oh, I'm going to sip it up.
Wow.
I'm starting to feel
everyone thought that you and Lauren Southern were going to have a family together. I'm actually starting to feel like it's going to be Lycan and Lauren Southern. See, everyone got that all misconstrued.
Well, we knew since he showed up in that one priest outfit that that's what he was gunning for, right?
No one suspects it. They didn't have good-looking kids, though.
You think so? Would
Lauren
they
and
be,
Lycan?
would they be master
Think so.
race kids?
You know what? I think I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I love Lycan, but he would become a white nationalist for sure. You think he has the in that relationship? Do you think it's going to be Lycan swaying Lauren over to be more, left wing, or do you? No. I'm going to see Lycan in the end and be like, hello there, Juden. I have not spoken to you in a very long time. And be like, what, Lycan? Why are you talking in such a German accent?
Listen, if we were able to pull Lycan away from Joe Rogan, I think he's a sturdy man. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. The worst part, the Omega Lol emote is like broken for me, right? Normally when you're talking, you want to farm Omega Lols, but when I see Omega Lols, I'm like, hold up. I gotta check the prefixes of what's going on here. I can't just go off of the pure Omega Lols. There may be some things before that or afterwards, and that may determine if I'm angry or happy. So, but yeah. But anyways, I digress, as they say in the business.
Did we have... Oh, never mind, okay. Lola's, Total Biscuit, Omega Lola's. Damn, if you die and you get an emote of you, that emote is almost like stuck forever, because nobody wants to be the person to remove it, huh? It's kind of a cheat code. Well, like, lol. Are we ever going to change that? Like, it feels like it'd be kind of shitty to now.
Well, we have lol in lol w, right?
Which one is lol w? Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
both
his
of them,
face
yeah.
squared.
You got a second one, posthumous, I think, right?
Posthumous, you mean?
Is it posthumous? I don't know.
You mispronounced.
Wait, hold on. Has anybody ever thought of... Has anybody ever thought of, like, stealing unenforceable IP from somebody after they die? Like, let's say you find out that Total Biscuit dies. The day after, you just literally relist his entire channel on your YouTube to steal ad revenue.
Well, I think in general, it depends how sophisticated and greedy that person's family is. Like, are they going to know
sure,
what's
but
going on?
So it's yeah, no, with, like, you couldn't, like, steal Michael Jackson's music, obviously. But, like, with certain, like, YouTube people, like that, who was it called? Was it Technoblade? What was the Minecraft dude? He seemed like a cool dude. Died at, I think, like 21 from cancer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if you just, like, relisted all of his shit immediately? Like, do you think his family is sophisticated enough to start filing DMCAs and shit?
I have no idea, right?
That could be, like, a whole business.
No, yes, crime pays.
Well, not crime, but just, like, easy. Those are soft targets, Dan. They're dead. You just immediately relist their whole channel.
Yeah, well, sure. But in general, like, they're still gonna... YouTube search is gonna, like, be... it just seems like a bad idea. I don't think it's gonna work as good as you think it's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would depend on how technically sophisticated the people in control of his estate are.
The better thing to do would be filing copyright claims against every single one of their videos, saying that they played something that you own some audio bits, so that you get all the ad revenue from all of their videos. That would be even smarter.
Wait,
yeah,
do what?
That's right.
Did you say file their stuff and then copyright claim it and then take the ad revenue?
So if when someone files a copyright claim against your video, they have the option to remove it or claim the revenue. So I would say you would just do that against all of their videos, every single one, saying that they used something, and then take all their shit.
Sure. There are people, yeah, you probably already know. So yeah, there are people that were doing that. People complain about it. Some people like getting their own music that they've made like copyrighted and like registered by another company.
But there's no one to complain if the guy's dead, right?
True, that is
as
true.
you said. Yeah, smart. There we go. Big business. See?
And you know what I would claim? I would just have to claim his little intro video, the dun dun dun, the Total Biscuit thing,
Boom.
and then I could automatically rev claim every single video on his channel.
Yep.
Ooh.
Smart, huh? See, this is. We need our own Hustlers University called like Chad Thundercock Giga Chad University.
Wow, what a great name, Dan.
And this would be lesson number 1. Instead of like copywriting and social bullshit, it'd be like, number one, steal from dead people.
True.
Yeah.
There's got to be ways to abuse, like, or near dead people as well. Like, what if I go to a hospital, like not the infirmary? What do you call like
if
the
I
old...
want to continue having this conversation.
You go to like the hospital where there's a bunch of old people that are on the verge of death. You're like, bro, let me take it a loan in your name. I'll give your family like 10%, and then you die with the debt, and then boom. If people would like no estate, so they can't like lose like money or whatever. Oh yeah, hospice house. Holy shit.
Yeah, but I feel like they could probably just do that themselves, right?
Yeah, but they're dumb. They're financially illiterate. They wouldn't know how to do it.
The better question is to like, I wonder, you got to like buy old people's houses and hope that they have safes and they've been like stashing money in the walls or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh, that's
Who knows, man?
I think scamming old people in general would be really good, especially hospital, because like they're not going to remember.
I feel like
because they're going to be dead soon, so you'll have like a clean slate.
Remember
you ever
we had
scam
this
somebody?
Conversation about optics.
You ever
okay?
scam somebody a lot? And you're like, God, like I hate that there's a person out there that knows how horrible I am. If they could just be dead. Well,
No,
if you
see, I've
scam
never done that.
85-year-old people on chemo, after a few years,
Can
you're
we
going to start
just
with a
go
clean
back to-
slate.
Can we
Oh,
go
sorry.
back
Let's go back
to-
to talking about Nazis. You want to talk about Lauren, or do you want to talk about
I
Nick?
was gonna say, can we talk about fucking dogs or something, please? Like, Jesus, can we be a little bit like more politically
Yeah,
correct? This is
okay.
too far.
My bad.
I have a thought for you on the topic of fucking dogs. Why do so many people choose huskies?
You know what the real thought is?
Mm-hmm.
The real thought is, how the fuck did you ever get credit for dog warts when you ripped that idea 1-to-1 from Mr. Girl?
I actually didn't.
That's the
Not in
real
No, I didn't.
question.
Hold the fuck up.
Everybody notice how
I know
Dan
that- I
got
know
away
that
from that?
you-
Mr. Girl was the one who's like, would you choose what type of dog to fuck? And Dan somehow gets full credit for that
Because
idea.
mine was more thought out. His was just, oh, fuck a dog. I'm Mr. Girl.
No, it was.
Mine was like,
what kind of dog would you
yes.
fuck? It was what kind of dog
mine
would you
was.
fuck?
Mine was. Well, I don't know what you're trying to do right now. You're trying to cause conflict because I understand. So I have age on him. Okay, I have looks on him, and you know what else? I'll take him out if I have to. I'm not afraid of him. He will meet his match if he comes after me, and I don't want to do it. He's a good man, but he'll fucking meet his end if he comes towards me. Okay, and he knows it. Watch yourself, Max. Know your targets. He merely talked about fucking a dog. I wrote the dog fucking encyclopedia.
Jesus
okay?
Christ.
He's like the caveman that first fucked a dog. And what? You want science from that? No. Anyways.
Yeah.
Max works out. He's a trainer. I work out my mind. Okay? When his body is ready to go, I will be like Neo in the Matrix. We'll see his moves coming. I won't even be in that house. In fact, when he shows up, I'll have like a giant fucking cartoon trap that he steps in. He's fucking trapped forever. Boom.
Can somebody make sense of... You saw the movie Kill Bill, right?
I have.
Why doesn't Bud just kill her? Why does he use rock salt? Why does he give her, like, oxygen and a thing? Why?
Because he is sadistic and because he wanted to punish her because of what he did to his brother, is my understanding. So he wanted to bury her alive.
Then why
so
give her,
she
like,
could-
the flashlight and everything at all?
So that she could see her fucking last moments and suffer more.
Well, but he
That's,
made
like,
it
the
sound
worst.
like if she misbehaved, he was going to take it away.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Like, if you misbehave, I'm taking this from you. Like, but, like, because you want the flashlight. But see, it's like, you have the flashlight, but then that flashlight's not going to last long. And the fear when it goes out, you know?
Cringe.
See, you just don't know torture like I do. That's your problem. You're thinking on a different level.
Just cringe, Dan.
You know, in order to experience pain, you first have to experience the absence of pain. Okay? And if
Wow,
you want
how
someone to
deep.
truly
So deep.
if you want someone to truly suffer,
So deep.
you have to let them feel like they have control, only to know that that flashlight will go dim. Yes. I understand exactly. Me and Quentin Tarantino,
Mhm.
we're the same.
Wow.
Minus the feet fetish thing. I don't get the whole feet fetish thing. I don't even know, where does that come from?
Okay,
Liking feet.
normally I don't think it's a huge deal, but in the did you see the It's Always Sunny in Hollywood? Is that the thing that it's called?
No.
You didn't see that movie? What's it? Fuck. What's the name of the?
Well, I know what you're talking about. Once Upon a Time. in
Yeah, that
Hollywood?
movie. In that movie, it was fucking disgusting. It was way too much. Holy
Yep.
shit.
So where does the foot fetish come from?
I don't know, where does
exactly?
any fetish come from? Why do we like boobs or asses?
Well, boobs and asses, I think, to a certain extent, are going to be tied to our fucking psyche, right? Because
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, our desire for those things is like it's just like a thing that's built in. I imagine for
there's
fetish
a lot,
stuff,
a lot
it's
of
probably
fetishes.
similar.
I think a lot of fetishes are coming from the environment. Like, I bet you, in like 10, 15 years, there's going to be a huge mask porn fetish where people are wearing N95 masks and shit like that because the first pair of tits they saw is some chick, who still had a fucking N95 mask on or something. That's my thinking, but I don't know where the feet thing would come from.
So there's two things I've heard. So one, I don't know how true either of these things are, but one thing that gets posted to Reddit all the time is that like the wires for the part of your brain that control your feet and the wires for sexuality are like close to each other. So sometimes they can get crossed. That sounds like bullshit to me. The second thing was, I don't think I'm making this up, but maybe, but this has no research backing it at all. But didn't Freud say that if you were disciplined hard as a child and you felt bad, that the first place you looked, you'd like develop a fetish? I don't know if Freud said that or not, but that also sounds like bullshit. But
I don't know how much I trust this whole Freud guy. By the way,
he said a lot of wild shit.
We may have found someone to kind of replace Gal Gadot. I'm gonna be honest. The AT&T girl. Have you seen this girl?
I don't know what you're talking about, no.
Where are you at? Anyways.
What? Jesus, okay. Freud was the Sneeko of his time. What? Chill, guys. Damn. What? Are you okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What else? I don't know.
The GoFundMe is still increasing? Wait, really?
I'm gonna leave if you're gonna talk about Keffels.
I'm just looking at the GoFundMe, Dan. Chill. Stop being such a little sensitive bitch.
Stop being such a psychotic, insane psycho.
It's not psychotic or insane. It's international news, Dan. Chill. Did you see she has a new video? Chill, guys. Jesus. See, now chat's obsessed. Look what you've done, Dan. Look what you've done. You've made a... Do you know that song?
What's that? No.
No, you wouldn't. It's before your time. You wouldn't know anything about that. Jesus. But hire some acting students for a few grand to swap. Chill, guys. Jesus Christ. Go to space? I don't even know how to, dude. I probably have to build, like... Okay. What?
I'm trying to think of something for you to talk about. Let's see.
You're gonna see the new Jordan Peele movie in theaters. Have you seen Jordan Peele movies? Like Get Out and... Oh, did you say no?
No. Is that available to pirate yet?
God, Dan.
I ain't trying to go catch coronavirus, okay? I like watching things at my house.
Oh, so you're a bot.
No, you're a bot. Or how you even call me a bot when you fucking go to the movie theaters? You're a bot.
You're a bot.
That's it. I bet you buy popcorn and fucking chocolates and everything else when you're there.
And
That's
it's great.
bot behavior.
I love it.
Yeah, I bet you do. That's
do.
your programming, making it so you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you believe in the fucking moon landing too, don't you?
True.
Yeah.
I do. Oh shit, you're right. Do you think there are 24/7 office buildings? I feel like there probably wouldn't be, huh? What did you? I just heard you say Bluetooth. What did you just say?
What? My microphone must have fucked up.
Okay.
All office buildings are 24 hours, dude.
Oh, are they? Oh.
Yeah, all of them. Imagine renting a place and having them be like, sorry, you can't come here after 5 o'clock.
I don't know. People have done that copyright thing, but in a more clever way.
The Doorstuck video has changed ownership. For almost a decade and a half, it was being monetized by Kinetic001, who was the guy who originally uploaded it to YouTube. He's not technically the Doorstuck guy, but he is the one who blocked him in the doorway. His YouTube channel was recently
You know what I'd like to
demonetized
have? I'd like to have a cat off with DGG, where all the cat owners post the cutest photos of their cats, and we have an elimination battle to see who the cutest cat would be in the end.
Wow. I'll keep that in mind, okay? Maybe we'll post about that. If the Erudite show doesn't work out, we'll just fly people in and bring their cats.
other uploads, which he has since removed. But now
All the
he's
fucking
unable to
Askers people are
remonetize the
disgusting fucking dog owners. You know what? Whenever I see a dog owner, I look at them and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a guy that needs a fucking dumb retard animal to be like, I love you, I love you, I love you. That's what I think. Versus fucking Giga Chad, monster cock cat owners who are like, you know what? I don't care if you like me. You're my property. Do your thing. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck dogs and fuck dog owners. You gotta work for a cat's love. And even after fucking 13 years, it might not still like you. You know what? That's how we like it.
Jesus. Sounds like you got attachment issues, Dan.
There is no such thing as cat warts because that's fucking disgusting. Never even say cat warts. Jesus fucking Christ. So what is the spam going on exactly?
I don't know. Oh wait, give me like, well, never mind. I'll watch this later.
Hold on 1 second.
What? Are you okay?
That video because it looks like an opportunistic copyright troll has jumped in claiming ownership of the audio. A ludicrous claim indeed. So in short, somebody else is now making money from the original Doorstuck upload. And Kinetic is understandably
lay down
angry
the
about
law.
this, saying that he might even
My old
delete
woman,
the Doorstuck
old
video
lady.
to stop them from profiting from
Too
it.
frisky
And of course,
from her own good.
How are the kiddos doing?
No, hanging in there. Fucking Roblox all day and YouTube. That's all it is.
Based, nice.
I mean, I can't blame them. If I had fucking Roblox when I was that age, I'd be on that shit fucking nonstop.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the headline this video ran with when it was posted on Global Offensive.
Why?
Don't do it, Kinetic.
What is going on here?
That would be a
Are you
real
watching
shame.
a video?
He had
A little bit in the background.
Okay, then I'll be back later.
Okay, be careful.
has since clarified
Way
that
to
he
go,
meant
guys.
he'd make the video private, which is definitely the more favourable outcome of the two, since he can then make it public again once the situation is resolved. No matter what your stance is on monetization on YouTube, I think you can agree that this situation isn't fair on Kinetic and it sets a dangerous precedent moving forward. What's stopping anybody from publishing the audio of a popular YouTube video and claiming to have made it first? Sorry, I'm showing my biases here. Maybe Kinetic did steal the audio
Keep it
from the
chat.
song that was published just
Dan
the other
fucks
week.
cats,
Then he
Dan
travelled
is an
back in time to
alumnus from
2007 and
Catwars.
constructed
Dogs
the
are
Doorstep
superior
video
with.
around it to conceal his crime. Maybe the Stone Door song by Bob Tick is the rightful owner of this content. Because despite publishing it just the other day, they do claim that the music was made in early 2007, which would put it just over 6 months before the Doorstuck video was published. But the simplest and most likely possibility is that Bob Tick is simply an opportunistic copyright troll. I've listened to his Stone Door song, and I can save you the hassle by saying that it's just the Doorstuck audio played several times at different speeds. It's clear to anybody real and fleshy who's looking at the situation that the audio comes from the video. It's insane that YouTube's manual, definitely not automated checks, somehow overlooked this obvious fact. YouTube, Please Fix. I checked out Bob Tick on Spotify. They've published a lot of stuff this year, all at various speeds, which I guess is because they're paranoid of others trying to steal their songs. There were a lot of uploads, so I didn't expect to be able to find the Stone Door song anywhere. But sure enough, there it was, right at the very bottom, since it's Bob Tick's oldest creation. Out of curiosity, I investigated the next oldest song that they claim to own. This one's called Math Class, composed in 2009. And what do you know, this also happens to be a 2009 YouTube video of a guy playing the harmonica in class. This one has 44 million views, twice the number of views that Door Stuck has. And again, Bob Tick claims to have got there first, saying that they created the song several months earlier than the YouTube video's published date. And there's a lot more where that came from, spanning the years between then and now, all with names which are sort of related to their YouTube video counterparts, but as is the case with Door Stuck, not quite the same. This isn't automated, this is targeted stuff. Bob Tick finds a popular video, changes or shortens the name a bit, and then releases it as their own, along with some paint art to represent it with. That requires some thought and effort. Admittedly not much, but still some, which makes it all the more insidious. So there you go. A re-uploaded audio track with an earlier claimed publish date is more proof to YouTube than a decade-and-a-half old YouTube video classic, complete with context, video accompanying the audio, and with several people directly involved in it, still claiming that it's real. But please don't go on a crusade against this Bob Tick guy. He's not worth it. He's nothing. You're better than he is. He's simply yet another copyright troll, merely a symptom of a flawed system. YouTube needs to sort their stuff out, and to stop trolls from copywriting certified classics like Door Stuck. From what Kinetic has said, it wasn't Bob Tick's Stone Door song that got his YouTube channel demonetized. This was done from his other uploads, which contained music that he didn't own. Now he says he never monetized them, and had simply uploaded them because he wanted high quality versions of them to exist online. But these triggered YouTube to blanket demonetize his entire channel, which of course included the Door Stuck video as well. So what he did, he removed all of the music uploads and applied for monetization again, which was when he was denied, because it claimed that he was reusing content from the Stone Door song. That's how he found out about this pretender. So Bob Tick might have just opportunistically published Stone Door in a moment of weakness, when the original Door Stuck video wasn't being monetized. Of course, I'm not in the best position to know the specifics or timings of all of this, but I'd be interested to know the monetization status of the other videos they've claimed copyright for, to see if there's a pattern of some sort going on. So yeah, with just the Door Stuck video on his channel, Kinetic reapplied for channel monetization, along with a video explaining the situation. But he was again denied, with YouTube claiming that he hadn't provided enough evidence of his creative process to prove that this was his video. Kinetic has now used up his video appeals. He now has to wait a month, and on August the 23rd-ish, he gets to do one final automated appeal. And while he would rather his video remained up throughout all this, it's understandable why he'd want to remove it, to stop the copyright troll from profiting off the video during this time. Luckily, Jake Lucky has a large presence on Twitter, and when he tweeted about the Door Stuck, YouTube luckily responded, claiming they're looking into it. So hopefully the situation will be remedied. It's just a shame that this is what's required to get something like this sorted. I know it wouldn't stand up in court, but just look at it. It's blatantly clear that what's going on here is wrong. Sort it out, YouTube.
Wow, based. Okay. This lady. Let's go.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and over on my Instagram last week, I asked you guys who are the people that you want me to react to? Who are some content creators, or send me some videos? What overall do you want me to be reacting to? And when I tell you, hundreds, I wish I took screenshots, but I totally forgot. Hundreds of you asked me to react to Andrew Tate. So today,
hundreds,
I am delivering, and that is what we are doing. So
oh
I'm
my
taking
God.
a look at his YouTube channel. I was a bit confused when I was looking for videos to react to because he has a couple of different channels. But I'm just gonna filter by popular and react to a couple of the ones in his most popular. And I think a lot of you guys have actually recommended some of these to me that I've clicked on before. So let's just get right into it. The first one I'm going to react to is called One Thing Red Pill Guys Ignore.
The men who are out here only trying to have sex with women and have no emotional connection, they're weirdos. A lot of this red pill, how to get girls stuff, a lot of them are like that as well. They're like the peak masculine life is just to have a bunch of women that you barely know, and that's stupid. That's fucking ridiculous, right? Every man, if you want to have a good life, you need to have a good relationship with a good woman. When you get sick, it's your woman who's going to care, not your boys, right? But you can love her and she can love you with all her heart. You can love each other. You can be prepared to take a bullet for her. And still fuck other bitches. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. We gotta do. The men who are out here only trying to have sex.
Okay, this video started off incredibly strong. You could probably tell by my face. I was like, all right, this is going to be good. I like this guy. I like what he has to say. I do think that men who just go around and try to sleep with as many women as possible end up feeling
cringe.
empty. A sense of emptiness, a sense of a lack of fulfillment almost, because I do think having an emotional connection is just unmatched in comparison. And I do think it's kind of gross, I think, when guys brag about how many girls they slept with. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of other girls feel the same way, but it's incredibly unattractive and a turnoff to me when a man has slept with a ton of girls. I would never want to be with a guy who had slept with a ton of girls, and especially someone who was bragging about it. Secondly, though, we get into the second part of the video here, and he says you can be with a woman and have an emotional connection with her, but still be with other people. And I know there's a large group of people, and I think it's becoming more popular to be polyamorous, right? I think this is something that is increasing in popularity, and you know, to each their own. It's not my cup of tea. I would simply never participate or be with a man who is doing that. That is something
That's because she hasn't found a top G.
And I would never allow that in my relationship. But you know, some things work for other people. A lot of couples like to be polyamorous and be with other people. Do I agree with it? Not really, but I just simply am not about that life. So I don't agree with what he says. And
how old do you think she is?
It kind of...
This woman, she could be like 20 or she could be like 35. If I had to guess, my guess would be over 30. But it's hard. It's really hard to tell. It's a lot of foundation. Okay, damn. I can't.
It goes back to this thing that I see a lot with like Fresh and Fit clips of like, oh, well, all these high value men or these 1% men, they're allowed to cheat. And I just simply don't agree. I don't think that someone who is high value or, you know, a guy with integrity or a guy that a high value woman would want to be with would be doing that, would be sleeping around with other people. I think there is so much
I'm so fucked on
power
oil.
in being with one person. And again, that's just my personal opinion. You guys are watching to get my reaction and my opinion, and that's just what I think. So I'm not going to sit here and bash him or say he's wrong, because that's his opinion, and he's allowed to have that opinion, and I'm allowed to have mine, and we can coexist, right? So I don't agree. It started off strong. I do think it's great to have an emotional connection with someone, and I think it's a lot more fulfilling and meaningful to have a partner and an emotional connection versus all these casual hookups.
Do you have a core minor drill going? Or about two going?
Situationships, as we like to call it, and one-night stands and things like that. And I think men find that out a lot of the time once they've already kind of done the hookup thing, and then they're like, oh, this kind of sucks. So yeah, just an interesting thought, but started off great, didn't end great. On to the next one. Are women gold diggers?
Do you ever worry that a woman is with you for the wrong reasons, and therefore do you ever hide how successful you are?
That's a good question, and I think you have to look at it under a different frame. If she's only with me because I am tall, strong, rich, and successful, and smart, and interesting, and charismatic, and humble,
and funny.
if she's only with me for those things, and I'm only with her because she's beautiful and shuts them up, who's more shallow? You. So who cares?
That was actually a really good point. I see a lot of men talk about, oh, well, she's only dating him for his money and whatever. And of course there are girls out there who are just straight up gold diggers. They don't like the guy. They think the guy's ugly. They are just using him for his money. You know, you see all these young, beautiful women getting with older men who are maybe not the best in the looks department, but they're billionaires. And, you know, a lot of them are just with them for the money. But then, you know, a lot of these men who have money and resources and who are, you know, tall or handsome or whatever it is, or just attractive or have money, they're only dating women because of the way that they look. So you could argue that both are just as shallow. This I actually do agree with. However, I do think that there are people out there that are simply with someone because they love them and they care about them and
cringe.
they like who they are as a person.
We don't believe in love here, guys.
Like who maybe they are on the inside. I know sometimes when you get on social media, it seems like everything is so surface level and shallow, and that's all that people care about. But I promise that there are just straight up normal people, and if you've never seen that or been exposed to it, you probably just, you know, say, oh, that's all cap, she's lying. And I get it, because
Did
you've
somebody
never
say cap?
witnessed that or experienced that. But I do think that there are just very normal people that are with someone because they want to build a family with them, build a life with them.
Are you being legit?
You know,
no,
build
you
their wealth
fucking moron.
together,
I'm fucking
or just
trolling.
build a life together in general.
Chill, Jesus.
and aren't so concerned with, oh, he's a millionaire, or oh, she looks like a model, you know, kind of looking at it from both perspectives. So yeah, I do agree with him. I think that both are equally as shallow. And if you're a guy who is dating all these beautiful women just because they're beautiful and you don't really like anything else about them, and you're worried about a girl using you for your money, you're kind of both doing that to each other.
Damn.
I guess, in a way. Let me know what you guys think down below, but the whole thing is really interesting, and I do think, you know, I've made videos before about what attracts women, like according to science, what do women look for? I've talked about hypergamy and things like that, and women, we are just biologically wired to look for a man who can provide, who make us feel safe and secure, who has resources. And then on the flip side, men are wired differently. Men and women are different. Shocker. Woke, surprise, surprise. I mean, some people will be baffled that I even say that, but it's just the cold hard truth and the cold hard facts. So I'm not even going to apologize for saying it, because it's
This is the most boring video in the world.
just true.
How is there
It's
9
just
more minutes
true
of this?
according to science, right? Men and women are wired differently. Men look for someone who, you know, is beautiful, is visually appealing, who they can create offspring with. That is just how we were in our evolutionary
Offspring,
past.
yes.
So although things have changed quite a bit in the dynamic between men and women in society, I do think we still find ourselves revisiting those
Any offspring
those
havers?
biological desires and characteristics from our evolutionary past.
Is this a
regardless of
person you
how
know?
far
No,
we've
somebody
come
linked in
along.
chat. I don't
So,
know who this is.
interesting thought. Really interesting topic. I like talking about it. It's interesting to me. So if you guys want to get a little conversation started down in the comments, let me know. But honestly, that video I did agree with. Let's see. Let's do. It's pointless to have female friends. You guys do ask me about that a lot, so I'll react to this one.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't see the point in having female friends.
Okay.
Any real G out there knows it's true. You got your girl or your girls who you're f***ing. You got the girls who you're trying to f***. And there ain't really room for that chick. Well, I don't want to ever f*** him. I just want to sit here and talk shit and waste his time and he can buy me dinner. No, and I don't need female friends. If I tell a girl we're going to f*** and she goes, I don't want to f*** you, I'll say, okay, well, we ain't going to talk anymore. What the f*** we going to talk about now? We ain't going to f***, so we're going to talk about Vampire Diaries? Get the f*** out of here.
Okay. I see why so many of you guys wanted me to react to him, because he's very polarizing. He's very, says it like it is, blunt. You know, when we're on the topic of should men and women be friends, or can men and women be friends, I know there are a lot of different conversations and opinions surrounding that specific topic. And, you know, I will say from a woman's perspective here, in high school, I had like a group of friends, and
You
there
should
were
try
some
and get
men.
Gets out on stream.
Wow, okay.
My group of friends, there were some guys that I was friends with, and all of them at some point liked me, and it ruined our friendship because they could not just be friends with me. And so I look at it from that perspective, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think that men can be friends with a woman unless they are not attracted to her, because they're going to fall for her, and it's going to create so much unnecessary just
Drama
chaos in your life, and I just don't necessarily know if it's worth it. At my old job, I was a photography stylist, and I was friends with one of the photographers. We were pretty good friends at work, and you know, that was fine. So I don't know, it's hard for me because I think the way men view it and the way women view it are very different. And then there's women who will say, well, a man should just be able to be friends with a woman without being attracted to her. But men just like don't really work that way.
Okay, this is fucking boring. The Rise of Chris Chan. Did we watch this? I don't know anything about Chris Chan. Watch part 3 here. What, is this part 2? Oh my god, this is like a fucking 2.5 hour endeavor. Or the Jonathan Haidt debate. Oh, fuck, I'm bored. Oh. This debate is long, not good when you're tired. I'm not tired, I just feel bored right now.
If we visited Catworks, what cat would you choose? Mine would be Sphinx Cat.
Good one. You think the feeling of love can build over time, or does it have to be there at least a little bit in the beginning? I don't want to hurt this girl that's really into me, but I don't know if I can feel anything deeper than she's nice and maybe cute.
Hey, Destiny, new to the stream, but love your videos, the Jive on a Bad Knack, and Sneeko video was amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, you should see the Alex Jones flagrant interview. It's funny.
I'll think about it. I feel like you'll know that stuff pretty quickly. I don't think that if you like meet somebody and you're like iffy on them, that you all of a sudden like will develop feelings of love for them. But that might just be me.
Sneeko/Adam22/Fuente5.
I feel like I
don't
know pretty quickly.
Only God knows why. Adam says he doesn't even know who he is. Sneekos insists on calling him in a lil.
Leech out Sneeko stream?
No, Samson posted his video about Sneeko if you want to watch that.
Oh, shit.
That's a little underground.
Fuck, you don't think Fuentes is gonna hop in here, do you? I think I'm gonna go gym early and then maybe I'll come back and stream later. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck it. Oh, I need to get my dono guy. Hold on. What's the name of the guy that works my shit for me? I don't remember his name. Fuck. I hear some fucking dog like screaming in here. Oh my god. Unmute links if you're leaving. Yeah, I will. Jesus, look at you fucking losers. The second I type something, like 7 of you just fucking spam links. You guys are unhinged. All right. Okay, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna go gym early. I might be back later tonight. We'll see, depending on how bored I am. I'll leave you guys have fun. Wait, did somebody just gift like 10 memberships in YouTube chat? Oh, number 81 gifted 20 tier 1 memberships. Well, thank you, my dude. I appreciate it. I love you, buddy. Stay safe. Rubrino, cappuccino, poppuccino, hoppuccino, moppuccino, cappuccino, 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 albuccino, my deuterinos. I might be back later tonight. We'll see. Oh, you can go watch, I guess, Lauren and Like and Debate. You can go do that. All right, rip on, duders. Peace out.